Hey, Welcome, friends. How are we doing this afternoon slash evening?
Doing great.
Don't know.
Wonderful. Ready for another round of Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah.
100%.
All right, fantastic. Now, Kevin's not here yet, so we're just going to kind of go on and he'll join us when he gets on. Any questions, comments, or concerns about last week or any of that? No
No.
questions, comments, or concerns? Hopefully tonight's session will be officially recorded and placed on the YouTube channel tomorrow. So last week's Spelljammer's up. I don't know if anybody wishes to see that, but that's available. And hopefully tonight will go as planned and we'll have a recording of this on the YouTube channel. So, when I changed the software, it definitely made a difference. So I'm going to stick with the software I'm using now, which is the OBS Studio, which is the one I should have used in the first place, not use the other one. So, but we'll see how that goes with it. So I think Norik just joined us, so I think everybody is here now. So let's get into it, unless somebody has questions or announcements or anything like that. I know that Sabrina will not be with us next Monday for this session. I will say this: I think we're very close to finishing this adventure, and I think there's only probably a few more sessions left with it. I think we should be done with this. I would say by beginning of November, depending how these next sessions go. There's very little left of this adventure with it. We're moving at a pretty fast rate now. So let's begin. Last week, I think that Allie, you weren't here last week, were you?
I don't remember. They kind of all blend together at this point.
Yeah, I don't think you were here last week.
I think she was.
Was
Wait,
she? Okay, it is.
no,
blended
she
together.
wasn't.
I don't think she was there. So what
Yeah.
happened was you guys ended up finishing the cellar complex. You had defeated the mimic. You then defeated the dwarf and found the stone, what looked to be the stone of galore, right? But I believe a couple of your magic users determined that it was fake, and it wasn't the real stone. Mostly by the ruins on it and everything. You found the dwarf's journal, and he had been spending weeks and weeks trying to attune this stone, and he never could get it attuned, and it drove him crazy. So with that, you continue to investigate and explore the rest of the cellar complex. You crossed over the sewers and went into another area where you had battled some foes, vanquished those foes, came into another room, and then the last foe was more of the boss character, which you guys handled pretty easily. The gibbering monster, and with that, you left the complex and decided to head back to Troll Skull Tavern. And it was late. It was about a little after high noon, and you guys decided to go there. You would return back to you decided you were going, I think you all decided that you're going to take what you have found, the stone, to the theater, right? The theater, where you were supposed to meet Jalaxel. Right. And you were going to give him the fake stone. Was that the deal? Is that what I understood from last week? And then you were hoping to retrieve those 10,000 dragons from handing in the fake stone to him?
I think that.
Was that was what everybody decided on? You guys were gonna do. Right?
That's what I want to do.
I mean, I gave the fake stone
Yep.
to Norik, but not use him.
So regardless, you have no other leads to the stone, to the stone itself, right? So you
Yeah.
got to meet probably with Jarlaxle anyway at the theater, like he suggested. Once you have the stone, so because you don't have really any other leads right now that'll get you anywhere to this stone. Obviously, this is a fake stone.
Did we head back to the tavern and take a rest?
That you guys wanted to go head back to the tavern. It was about 12:30 in the afternoon, but you still wanted to head back to the tavern, and I believe you did want to take a rest there. I think is what the consensus was for all of the party, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys have arrived at the party, at the Troll Skull Tavern, and I believe actually you guys had already arrived there, and you were getting ready for the opening up. You were helping out because it was 12:30ish. You guys open usually around 2 or 3 with it. So, yeah, 12:25 in the afternoon. A couple of things to point out. You still have a few faction quests to do. You also have one of your deceased companions in the wine cellar / beer cellar still. But also, finding the stone seems priority to some of you now, right? Is that what I'm guessing?
Uh-huh.
Does that sound about right? Summed up basically what happened last session.
Yeah,
Did
sounds
Did I
good.
miss
Sounds about right.
anything or anything like that? All right, so
Huh.
in the tavern, you guys are in the tavern. Are you all wanting to take a rest, a long rest?
Yes,
Okay.
I am.
Right. We're gonna take a long rest. I'd like to spend some gold. Wait, let me see. I'll make sure I have enough. And I want to write down a spell into my spell book.
Okay.
I had that spell book that had that we got from the alley. It had like 4 first level spells, 3 second. I wanted to write down the second level spell, levitate.
Okay.
Levitate, so I think that could come in handy. Can I also change my known spells?
Yeah, in a long rest, you're welcome to
Okay.
change your prepared spells, known spells with it.
Meeks.
Everybody else taking a long rest then, besides
Yes.
Yeah.
Morts? All right, so I'm going to say everybody's going up to their rooms to take a long rest. Is that what everybody wants to do?
Wasn't there a way to click something and take a long rest? I'm forgetting how to do it now.
It should be on your character sheet.
Go and it's buttons underneath your flaws and bonds.
Yeah,
Oh,
on your
thank you.
character sheet, there should be a long rest button to use.
Oh yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
should have that on there. On that
Thank you.
sheet. And let's hope it all works, because sometimes that API script doesn't seem to work always. So
It took a moment, but mine worked.
okay, all right.
I don't see it.
Yeah, mine's still working.
I thought everybody was on. I thought everybody had on their character sheet. Elena, you said yours is not working.
Hmm. Or maybe it just took a second. Yeah, it's back.
It worked. Okay.
Yeah, 'cause
Lars,
I was stuck.
it's still not letting me put the spells in my fucking spell list.
There it is.
How do you? What's wrong?
All right, Saniana, you should be good to go. Are you still not able to drag and drop?
Yeah, every time I try to drag it, it will close my character sheet. I don't know why it's doing that. Let me try
Add
to
my
put it.
accent shortage
Do you
back
have
in.
it in the other version?
It's just off the
Your
the
character
browser.
sheet.
All right, let me look at your character sheet.
I don't. I have it in the window version, I believe.
That's why. If you just click on it and not mess with it, you should be able to drag and drop that way. If you click on the double screen in the corner when you have your character sheet up, once
All I
you click on
do.
something, go into the background.
So what is it
Okay.
you're looking for? Levitate.
Levitate. Second level spell. Levitate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just grabbed the word. I'm on. I don't know if you're using. Are you using a computer or using a pad?
A computer.
Okay. So I'll search in the companion. It'll pop up, and I'll just grab the word and bring it over, and then bring it over to my character sheet or the character sheet, and it'll accepting drop from companion, and then I just drop it. So
I used to do that. I've done that
so
several
I
times.
don't
It's just the
click
last few
on it
times.
or anything like that.
Yeah.
I just grab the word and bring it over till it says it's accepting it. So I won't open it up or anything like that. And if I do want to open up and look at it, then I'll close it and then just pull the word. That's what I found works the best. Now, if hopefully try that, maybe it works for you. It's in your character sheet now, but maybe the next time
Okay.
try that and see if that works for you. Okay.
I don't know why Sunlight started doing
All
that.
right, I'm closing your sheet up. All right, so everybody's in agreement to take a long rest. So I'm going to throw 8 hours up, and that'll bring you about 8 p.m. in the evening. Okay? Is that okay with everybody? Because that's what I'm going to do.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. All right. All right, so everybody should have their spell slots back. Everybody should have their hit points back. You should have half your hit die back from this long rest. And any exhaustions, which I don't think anybody was exhausted, would have 1 point of exhaustion removed. With that, the tavern is in full gear here. You've got a lot of people that are working. You got a lot of people that are visiting the establishment and enjoying their time here at the tavern. One thing, one of the wait staff comes up to you and says, perhaps entertainment. I've had a lot of people asking about entertainment in the tavern, and so maybe it's something you guys should think about in the future, is having some kind of entertainment in the tavern, you know, being a minstrel or a band or even an actor or poet might help bring in more people. It's just a thought.
I can dance again.
What's that?
Can make everyone's silverware start dancing again with minor illusion.
Oh, yeah, you could do that if you wanted to. Um, that's a definitely a form of entertainment. It could also invoke some people to be frightened of it. Although I think a lot of people have gotten used to the idea of a ghost bartender here, and I think that's a draw to the tavern. Is having Leaf being your bartender, and and serving drinks or pouring drinks and serving from the bar as an invisible servant type situation. And I think, like I say, I think that's a draw to people. I think people come to your tavern because you've got these semi-heroes. I wouldn't say you guys are the heroes of Waterdeep yet, but you're semi-heroes. You're working yourself up to it. So I think that has a little bit of draw to the tavern itself too. It's not. It's look. This isn't the yawning portal yet. Okay, so you haven't made that quite status yet as the yawning portal,
Oh
but
yeah,
you're making a name for yourself.
Elena's decided that her room is in the cellar.
You're okay.
The cellar because it's noisy. It's noisy down there because of the tavern right above it.
Right.
So she's chosen to live in the cellar because it's noisy.
Okay, you don't mind having a dead paladin laying
Works as a
there?
roommate? No.
That's still
Not at
there
all.
after
It's
this
actually very
time.
fair for my character.
Several days it's been. Okay. All right. So 8 o'clock, 8:25 to be exact.
I want to get rid of that.
What's that?
Let's get rid of that body.
Mort's like, say no more.
What do you want to do with it?
I want it to be buried like the temple or something.
All right. So you want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to
HP
693 and be like, yo, can you have your people come over here and get rid of this, please?
Note to her temple. I haven't heard back from them, but I need to go down to the temple itself and make arrangements.
All right.
I
So
can hear you.
you want
Oh.
to make your. You're gonna go to the temple specifically, even though you sent a paper bird out. I think yesterday or the day before it might have been.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah, but I got bird back saying that they're welcome to take her as long as I can make some sort of arrangement.
Okay. So you want to go and make arrangements with it.
Yeah.
Okay. The temple's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So you can go at any time you want to the temple if you'd like. That's always available to you. There's going to be someone there at all times.
Okay.
So if that's something you want to do tonight, you're welcome to do it. If that's something you want to do in the morning, that's up to you too. Just keep in mind, you have some faction quests to take care of, and more specifically, you have a stone of galore to find. Thinking of this even more to the six of you, getting that stone in the wrong hands, or perhaps someone else getting the gold before some of you do it. However you guys look at this, is kind of very much heavy on the back of your minds there. Very heavy on your minds right now.
Mort's gonna take out some parchment and ink, and he's gonna draw like a heart. He's like doodling art, and he draws like a rock in the heart. And he writes like Mort plus Stone of Galore forever. XXX XOXOXO.
Okay.
He's just like, it's like, oh, sighing, looking at the stone, the paper.
Very infatuated with this stone. That's hilarious. All right. So, like I said, it's about 8:25 in the evening. Your tavern is open, and there is quite a bit of amount of people inside. Business is good right now. With a couple days from now, you'll be checking your expenses / profits, okay, and you're gonna see how the tavern did because we'll be at our 10-day, okay. So, like I said, every 10 days we check your profit and loss and see how it went. And so you've got actually 2 or 3 days, I think 3 days left, something like that, until you're at your 10-day, okay? Because you guys open the 13th, so the 23rd would be your first day of checking for profit and loss on that. So, with that, what are you guys doing? Our HP, we'll start with you because you had thought about getting to the temple at some point soon to make arrangements for them to, one, pick up the body, and two...
I was thinking about going ahead and doing it now so I could get it over with before the body starts decomposing.
Okay, so you're going to leave and go to her temple, or where she, the temple she originated from, and you're going to go make arrangements. So that's what you're going to do right now. Are you going by yourself? We know that Elena, you're down in the cellar, right?
Yeah.
So you don't hear any of this conversation, so you're unaware. Are you telling the rest of your party members this is what you're going to do, or are you just going to up and leave?
I'm gonna let them know where.
Okay. So you tell who do you talk to? You talking to Norik?
I guess Norik, since
Okay.
he was the last one to talk to me about it.
Hootie who?
All right. So go
Hey,
ahead.
talk-
What are you telling Norik?
I'm gonna go ahead and tell him that I'm gonna go ahead and head off to the temple of Tyr, so all go.
Okay, well, it's morning now, right? Or are we still...
No. It's only 8:25 in the evening. So we're trying to.
Took the long rest yet?
Yeah, you already took the long rest.
Oh, now it's nighttime. So, well,
Yeah,
what time's the
because
theaters open?
you went to sleep at 12, almost 12:30 in the afternoon. Okay. That's when
Yeah,
you
I
took the
think
long
I
rest.
would have I think we should wait till night, go to sleep, and then in the morning, unless we have to go to the theater tonight.
Uh, Probably they're having a show right now at the theater, so it's up to you if you want to go see the show and perhaps see if your contact is there, Jarlaxley, if he's there. But usually the evening is the performance times when they're having their show at the theater, and then during the morning and afternoon would be rehearsal time.
I don't care. Like, what? I'm gonna tell her if she goes, she might want to not go alone at night.
Be fine. I'm protected by Helm.
Nurse gonna be like, okay.
Oh, dude, there are two Morts.
Oh, are there? How do we have
Well, it's two Morts.
How are there
Just another.
How is there duplicates of you?
There's
All
another plague doctor walks in. He's like,
That's
"Oh, hello!
terrifying.
All right,
Oh,
now there's only one. I don't know how that duplicated. That was extremely weird. Okay.
oh,
All
that
right.
would have been awesome."
All right. So HP, you have told Norik what you're doing, and you're leaving the tavern and heading towards the temple. Okay.
Yes.
So that is what you are doing. What about the rest of you?
I'm keeping an eye on that stone.
The fake
Hot
stone.
dog is hungry.
So the fake stone. Who has the stone? Who has the fake stone of Galore?
I'm
No,
assuming
you got it. I think Mort got mad, threw it or something, and I think Elena picked it up, handed it to you. So you're the rogue. You got to do
Yeah.
the switch.
if anything's about a good disguise, I know. And if you're gonna pretend this thing's real, you gotta act like it's real.
Mm.
And that's what I'm doing. It's my precious.
So you're the one who has the stone. Okay, Norik, right?
Yeah, no.
All right. So with that, what is Saniana doing?
Probably just putting around, making sure everybody's got stuff to eat and drink and getting ready for nothing yet.
All right. So you're helping in the kitchen and making kind of helping the wait staff and everything. is
Mhm.
what you're doing. Okay. What's on the menu tonight?
Same thing that's on the menu every night.
Okay, what is it? What's on the menu for every
Oh, no.
night?
I don't know.
All right.
A nice blackberry ale
I figured since you were pretty much
lamb
in charge of the
with lamb
kitchen,
and pork.
you were
Hadn't thought that far
okay.
ahead.
All right. All right. No problem. No
I
pressure.
just threw out an idea.
No pressure. It sounds like Elena wants a specific meal. Sounds good to her.
Traveler stew. There you go.
All right. No pressure. You can.
Tonight's special is pork chop and blackberry. Blackberry ale.
What about the barbarian, Brendan? What about your character?
Bogmog is hungry. Bogmog is going to eat whatever he can in the bar.
Okay.
That's all.
All right. All right. So you're eating. Norik's protecting kind of the stone. Mort, what's going on with you?
Mort's like reading.
Just
He
what?
felt Elden's ring. Yeah.
What are you reading?
How to build a phylactery. And he's like reading it at
Oh,
this table here.
one of your
And
books you discovered.
yeah,
That's
and
right.
he's
Okay.
like got his eye
Okay.
cocked because looking up and down the pages like oh, it's making noises. But every time someone walks by, he like kind of like shuffles the book away so they can't see what he's reading,
Gotcha.
like a little
Okay.
kid.
All right. All right. So with that, all of you except for Elena, obviously, and probably Saniana, because Saniana seems like she's pretty busy within what she's doing. But the rest of you notice and watch HP stroll out the front doors of the tavern. Rain is pouring down again. You hear the rain, but as she leaves, like 2 or 3 more customers, soak into the bone, come in and are asking for warm drinks and warm food to warm the belly tonight as they walk in. HP, you slowly are starting to make your way down the streets of Waterdeep. I don't know if you want to try to catch a carriage or just walk to the temple. With that, I believe the temple is in the trade wards. Let me take sure the castle ward. It's in one of the 2 wards there. Let's take a look. You take a quick peek because you're in the north ward, is where you're located with your tavern. So and this is the Temple of Tyr you're looking for. You're going to?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're actually up in the Sea Ward, is where you're heading to the west of the west of the tavern there. Quite a bit of ways past the market, closer to Blackstaff Tower. That general area there is where you're heading to. So you're going to take did you decide on a carriage or on a? Or are you just going to walk it? And it's raining pretty heavily. It's been raining heavily for a couple days now, pretty much ever since you got into the alley and did that. You've noticed that it's just been raining, and the storm's been pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to fly down a carriage or
Okay.
flag down a carriage.
All right. It's taking a bit of time to get a carriage, either because it's later, the rain's pretty bad, and so it seems like it's a little bit longer taking than normal to get it to flag any carriage. In fact, you don't even see one. Yeah, once you leave the mouth of Trosko Alley onto the main parts of the city. In fact, there's occasional pedestrian or townsperson walking around, but it's unusually not as busy as it normally is. The rain must be deterring a lot of people. The rain is cold, it's heavy, there's lightning and thunder, and the cold autumn wind is really blowing right now off the. You can feel it coming off the port there.
I guess I'll be walking a Martelsia carriage.
All right, so you begin walking, and roll me a perception check. As you're several blocks already away from Trosco Alley and you kind of notice these two drunken guys, these human males, are laughing and telling each other jokes, and they're behind you. They must have the last block picked them up there, and they're walking behind you, and they're laughing and pointing. And some of them actually say, you can overhear jokes about you yourself as this clockwork creature walking. And they're laughing. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. So they seem drunk as they're walking behind you. What are you doing? You continue to walk and hopefully find a carriage soon, or
Yeah.
you continue walking? All right.
Yes.
So as you're coming up, they sound like they're getting much closer, and they're walking faster behind you. And they're almost right on your heels within moments, and they start talking nonsense to you like, "How dare you walk these streets at night, you monstrosity, lady!"
You shouldn't be concerned about me. You should be concerned about yourselves. Can't walk straight.
Oh, did you hear that? I think it's trying to be brave, and they kind of shove you from behind, and you stumble, but you don't fall. And do you turn around or do you continue walking?
Now I'm gonna turn around and put my shield between me and them.
So you pull your shield out, and you got your shield. They draw their weapons. Looks like this one wants to fight, eh? And we'll go into our battle here map, and go ahead and roll for initiative as soon as we pop up on the battle map here. All right, do you see that map?
Yep.
All right, go ahead and roll for your initiative, which you did. And these guys each are going to roll. All right. And one of them goes, you should have just walked away. Should have walked away. No, it wouldn't have been this way. It wouldn't have been this hard. And this one here moves forward towards you and draws. It has his weapon drawn, and he's going to swing at you with his scimitar drawn. And you're able to deflect his attack and misses you completely. All right, HP, it's your turn.
So there, I'm gonna try to cast sleep on them.
Okay.
At first level.
All right. within 20 feet. So I think you're going to only hit one, right?
Oh.
Nope, you'll hit both of them. Okay. And
No?
let's see. Yeah, you'll get both of them. Because it's 20 feet, the point of you choose. So even if you chose right here, you would still hit them. So the hit die is, or hit points.
30.
Yeah. So you cast your spell, and both of them are like, oh, they're weaving back and forth. They can barely keep their eyes open. They're like, oh, what's, oh, and they both fall to the ground asleep, snoring in the rain as it's hitting them.
I'm gonna put my weapon and shield away and walk away.
Okay, so you leave the area and you find a carriage, and you make your way back to the temple. As you're making the carriage to your temple, we'll cut back to the tavern. What's the rest of you doing? We'll add about a half-hour time to that. Actually, we'll say about 45 minutes. All right, what are the rest of you doing? Same thing, nothing? Helping with the tavern, watching the tavern.
Definitely still eating.
You're still eating, okay. 45 minutes in. What about Norik?
Just helping out with the tavern and keeping an eye on this
Okay,
rock.
let me ask you. You had that suggestion by your wait staff. What was the outcome of that? What did you answer with?
Well, we used to have a bard, but any bards that travel through here are welcome to play.
Okay. All right. So that's at least a good thing that you've got going with it.
And then we can spread the word around that we're looking for a full-time minstrel, but we need people to come to the bar and do their thing. They can keep all their tips for free that night. And if we find someone we really like, we might offer them a long-term contract.
Okay. All right. That sounds pretty pleasing to whoever might hear that or pass the word on. Norik, or not Norik, Mort.
Yeah, where's his freaking monkey at? Is he? Can he summon his monkey or wherever it's at?
You
I've
wanna
got an
summon
idea.
your monkey?
Last place it was with Elena.
Yeah, get it up here. He's got an idea. She could still hang on to it, but we don't have a minstrel, so he can like fill in. He could like summon it, and he points at the the bar, maybe like on the. I don't want to get. And he's just like dance
To the
so
monkey?
yeah, the monkey. So he's gonna go up and he's gonna stand on the bar. I can't really stand there, and he's gonna start doing like the Pennywise dance.
Okay.
And like above his head and just going ooh ooh like in time with his claps. And so there you go, there's our entertainment.
Okay. With that, the crowd is actually quite. You know what? No. Let's have you roll a performance check with him.
What about the monkey's one performing?
All right, roll
Okay, I'll do it. Hold on.
It'll be charisma plus its modifier if you want to do it that way. So roll a d20 and take its charisma modifier. You should be.
I don't know.
You should look at its sheet. It's on its sheet. It should.
Oh, I can look.
Yeah.
It's not a sheet. It doesn't only has 30. That's it. Oh, that's its sheet. Okay. Charisma modifier is 3.
Okay. Is it 3? That's pretty charismatic.
Well, look, you might want to check. I thought I would.
It's fine. If that's what's on there.
It's a little cute monkey. Yeah. There.
So roll a d20
Right,
plus 3.
Okay.
Yeah, the monkey is fantastic. I mean, it is just it's dancing around,
yeah.
right? It's dancing around. It's getting the crowd going. The crowd is cheering. People are tossing coins up at the bar as this monkey is dancing around. So people are having a hell of a time. They're having so much fun. People are more drinks are being ordered, and everything as this monkey's dancing around. And there's to no music, just dancing, whatever,
Yeah,
because there's no music playing. You don't have any music playing at the moment.
yeah. Like clapping.
I mean, some people
It's
are. What's that?
it's like clapping its hands. It's
Yeah,
like
and
just
so
doing
the
like a
whole
rhythm.
crowd
Yeah,
is clapping along with as it's clapping, and so you got this clapping rhythm going, right? Sound and cheers,
yeah.
huzzah, yeah, hurrah, yeah, whistles and everything. We'll cut back to HP 693. You finally arrived with a carriage to the temple of Tyr, and you make your way into the double doors. There's a motif on the front of the door in bronze of Tyr, a symbol of Tyr on there with it as you enter this domed, very large domed temple. And you enter through the double doors to this antechamber, and then there's an opened archway that leads into the main part of the temple. You can see tons of these wooden pews are set up on either side, about a dozen on each side, with a kind of like a reddish carpet runner that runs in between the pews on this cobblestone floor. Heavy smell of incense. It's quite warm. You can hear it's basically silence, other than the pitter patter of the heavy rain pattering on the dome ceiling. You can hear it pattering down on that. There's an altar at the front with the symbol of Tyr hanging above the altar, and there's just a someone dressed in robes, kind of kneeling in front of the altar.
I'll walk up to the person that's kneeled in front.
The person gets up. You see there's the symbol of Tyr on the front of these robes, and the person looks at you. It's a human older male, balding, long white beard and mustache. Looks at you, lots of wrinkles on the face of this person, and says, "Yes, how can I help you?"
I've sent paper bird a couple of days back about my friend who had perished, and I need to arrange funeral arrangements since she's
Oh,
from this
yes. You
temple.
were the one who sent the paper bird, and he's got really furry gray eyebrows that kind of just, they look like little woolly caterpillars over his eyes. So woolly they are, and they're moving back and forth and kind of like in sorrow for you. I am so sorry for your loss. But yes, we did receive the paper bird that you sent. What arrangements would you like? I can send some of my acolytes there to pick the body up. Are you planning to do a ceremony or wish the body to be entombed or buried in the city of the dead?
I think a burial would be more appropriate. She didn't tell any of us what she wanted.
Okay. Where's the body at? I can have some people pick it up. My clerics can go and get the body and bring it back here. We can do the last rites and then have the body moved to the city of dead and be buried there with a marker.
We currently have her at Troll School.
Yes, I know where that's at. I will send some people immediately and retrieve the deceased. Bring her back here to the temple. He was a follower of Tyr, correct? I think that's
She
what
was.
her letter had said. Good, good. We will make the final preparations and then send her to be buried. Would you like to be present at the burial?
Time.
I'm sorry?
I don't know if I'll be
Oh, you
able
don't
to.
have time. That's fine. We will make sure she will be the deceased will be sent on their way to be seated with Tia. We will do it properly. Understood. However, we do
Thank
require a small donation to the temple for these services, of course. HP silent. No donation. No, nothing. Not gonna give them anything for this. HP. Hello. Does anybody hear me?
I can
Can
hear
you hear
you.
us?
I must have lost Sabrina.
Yeah, I can hear you.
We must have lost Sabrina.
No,
No,
I could hear Sabrina
I'm
Oh.
just
still
fine
here.
just now.
All right. So you're not gonna give the temple any donation?
I am. I pull out my
Oh,
little
okay.
satchel, my money.
Just from your silence, I thought you just were not gonna give anything. All right. So How
Um,
much are you gonna donate to the church, to the temple, for these services?
well, you know what? Let's go ahead and give them 20 gold.
Oh, quite generous indeed. Quite generous
And
indeed. And
I'm gonna go ahead and donate this silver necklace with charms as well.
Oh, quite, quite generous indeed. Tear smiles upon you, my friend. Definitely smiles upon you tonight. And he takes the items you handed to him. Is there anything else, my child?
Oh, and this was hers as well. And I go ahead and give them the her holy symbol of Tyr.
Oh, he clutches it close to his chest area and says, "She will be buried with it. I promise you
And thank you
this.
again.
Thank you." And he turns and he said, "Within the hour, you should receive a visit from 4 of my clerics. They should be retrieving the deceased and bringing him back to the temple. I bid you a good night and go with you." And he
And a good
turns
night to
to
you.
head towards the back back room area of the side of this general room, the main room here, the main hall. And do you leave the temple then?
Yeah, I'll make my way out.
Okay. So you head out. You grab a carriage. A lot more available the carriage here for this reason because of the more of a government temple district area, and so you're able to find a carriage and make your way back to a Troll Skull Tavern. So we'll add some time there. We'll add another 45 minutes to that as you arrive at the back at the Troll Skull Tavern.
All right.
The rest of you see her, or you see HP693 come through the doors. Water is dripping off of her, even off of her cloak. You arrive back inside. The door shut behind you. It's a little more busier than originally when you first left, so it's a good sign that your tavern's picked up some more business as you went through the doors and came back. You also get to witness the monkey for the last 45 minutes have been dancing on the bar top, and people are throwing coins and cheering and getting more and more drinks they're ordering and food as the night progresses. It's almost 10 o'clock. Within
Mort's
moments of you coming in through the double doors, you hear a very loud knocking at the two doors. The doors don't open, but there is a loud knocking there. What are you doing, Mort?
Oh, I was gonna say he's like a shadow. He's gonna go get like a bowl or a tanker, empty tanker, and he's just gonna go around collect the coins like while the monkey's dancing.
Okay, so
It's like real discreet.
you're
Yeah,
collecting all the
yeah,
different coins that have been thrown and trying to
yeah.
be discreet about it
Hmm.
as that's happening. But like I said, there is a knocking, a very loud knocking at the door. It is heard somewhat in the tap room um, of the door knocking, and with that, the one of the wait staff comes over, opens the front door. You guys see that she has some words with somebody. There are four cloaked individuals at the door, and she leaves the door open. The wait person does, and walks over to you, Mort, since you're the closest, and says, "Good sir, there are some individuals from the church here wishing to pick an item or somebody up. They are at the door, the front door. They do not wish to come inside."
Mort's gonna sigh. And he's like, "Oh, I hate these people. They're trying to convert us."
Right? Okay.
It's like,
Elena's Elena's been in the cellar the whole time talking with the corpse.
Oh my
it's
goodness.
like,
What are you saying to the corpse?
Like, occasionally I'll have to hand up a small cask of ale and like, come on, boys, bones, let me out here.
Okay.
I'm joking, I'm joking. I know you're tired.
All right. Mort, so like I said, you have these individuals
yeah,
at the
he's
front
got
door
this
there.
he's got this tankard with like copper and gold. He's like getting some copper out. He's like, "Here, just go give it to him. Tell him thanks, and we'll keep it in mind, and just go donate this." He's
Okay.
handed it, like trying to get him to like usher him away.
All right. So the wait person goes back over
Um,
there and tries giving these coins that you handed her, and you see a hand
um,
reach out from the cloak and push it away, and then speaks to her some more, and she turns back and looks at you more, and then turns back to them, and then looks again at you more, and then walks over to you, and she goes, "Sir, I really think you should talk to them. They're adamant about picking somebody up here."
Mort's just gonna give out this big sigh, like, "Oh, okay," and he's gonna like meander over there, take his time. He's just gonna put this like shit-eating grin on his face. It's like, "Hello, what can I
Yeah,
help
and
you with?"
as soon as you come to the front door to say that, there's four people in cloaks, and the lightning flashes, so you get this flash of lightning on the four cloaked figures, and there one of them goes, "Yes, we are from the Temple of Tyr, and we are sent by request by someone here to pick up a deceased individual somewhere here at the manor. We are to take, our instructions are to take the deceased back with us to the Temple of Tyr to prepare for its final journey."
And Mort's just gonna instantly understand. He's like, "Oh, yes, yes, yes. Come in, come in." He's gonna lead them over to the cellar, and yeah, we've been keeping it down there because it's nice and cool. Don't.
Like the four of them look at each other and like they're like kind of shocked that it's just the way you guys are just treating this person. I guess they're in shock, and they're like down there through the cellar, through the trap door.
He's like, "Oh yeah, it's not as bad as you think. She's got company down there. Trust me. We've got someone guarding her 24/7."
amazing. Amazing.
There's some.
Nice one,
And
dude.
then you hear one of them say, "Tyr, help us!" And they open the trap door, and the four of them crawl down the ladder to the cellar down there, and bump into you, Elena. But you're sitting there near the corpse. Did anybody? Yeah, I think you guys put coins on the eyes, right? Did anybody do that? I think you did, Mort, in
Yes.
the past. And they approach you behind you, Elena, and the four of them are say, We are here to retrieve the deceased and take the body with us back to the Temple of Tyr. We are clerics of Tyr, servants of Tyr, they said to you, Elena.
I kind of look at him for a second blankly and like, oh yes, let her spirit be free. Of course, take her.
So they're having,
She kind of stares blankly, and then
yeah.
it clicks in like she's oh yeah, react.
And they remove the coins and drop them in your hands, Elena, and say, "Where she is going, she will not need to pay the boatman at all." And they kind of are taking her to up to the ladder leading up to the thing, and then you hear a spell being cast, and the body begins to float up the ladder, up through the trap door, and then is kind of just kind of floating there behind the bar. And so the patrons are seeing this floating body behind the dancing monkey, and I mean, they're going crazy. They're cheering, and they think it's some kind of parlor trick, happening. And they're just having a great time with this happening. More coins are being thrown. The four clerics of Tyr make their way back up from the cellar and kind of walk with the floating body out of the around the bar and out, and people begin to stop cheering because they realize
Uh,
those are actually clerics of the clerics of Tyr, and now they all realize that's a dead body that's floating past them with the four of them, and then
as it goes completely silent, Elena pops her head out the side like,
okay. And so a lot of them are now their mood has completely changed, and so they're
Uh,
most of them are leaving the tavern now as they see that the four
oh,
clerics left the front door, and so a lot of people begin to leave, and they're just realizing now you just had a dead body. Some of them
oh.
are questioning like, "What's going on here? Was that a dead body? Did you have a dead body down there? Did you murder somebody? What's going on?" Some people were asking questions like that.
Or it's like, looks at her like, did I murder someone? Not her. I didn't murder her at all. He's going to look at the monkey and he's like, okay, it's time for plan B. Flip. Flip like your life depends on it.
So
Because it does.
the remaining patrons see it flip and are like, "Huzzah!"
Yeah. It's,
So some of them stick around and decide to drink some more and watch the monkey do flips now while it's dancing.
yeah. Mort
Um,
couldn't help but notice that they took he didn't see them hand off the silver coins. He's like, oh, they were too good for the copper coins, but they took the silver ones, all right. Mm-hmm. He's pissed. All right.
all right, so we're sitting about 10:30 almost. Um, is there anything else anybody wants to do, and we'll just speed through time here. If nobody else has anything they want to do or say or act out or anything,
I think I'm good.
okay. All right, with that, we'll just go through time until the next morning, as with it. So,
yeah.
um,
But by morning, Elena's starting to get lonely down here.
so do you come up? You come upstairs then?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. She's got no one to talk at.
All right, so most of you before morning head back up to your rooms. None of you really sleep because you had a long rest already, 8 hours. So most of you are just doing whatever. Maybe some of you are helping down, clean up the tavern, collect the amount of money that you had, and so you count out all the coins that the monkey had gotten for you guys, and you had a total of 10 dragons, um, five of the silver pieces, and 35 nibs
Okay.
is what you got from that.
Do we want to put it in the party treasury? Or is that Does anyone care?
You're a
Prime
monkey.
treasury.
I don't.
Yeah, put it in the treasury. Like it's fine since it was like a tavern thing. Like he could put it like it's only a little bit, so whatever it is, he can throw it in the
Yeah,
party
whenever Norik's watching you, you might want to behave.
chest. So he's just handing these like tankards full of gold. Yeah.
All right. With that, you're on the 20th now, Merpanoth. You have exactly 3 days till you're at your 10-day. So with that, it's early morning. It's about 6:30 as you guys some of you come down to the tap room itself, and you had already done a lot of cleaning up and everything. All the stools are up on the tables. The floor's been nicely cleaned up. All the tables been cleaned up. All the glasses and everything were washed and ready for tonight's opening. So it's just I take it everybody's come downstairs, including Elena, who's come up from the cellar.
Yep.
And so the 6 of you are standing in the tap room. It's about 6:30 in the morning. What are you guys doing? What are you guys' plans here?
Breakfast.
Yeah, you got a whole spread again that Liv has got taken care of for breakfast. You got
Yeah.
fruits, nuts, cheeses, hard, crusty breads, the exotic coffee, tea if you want hot tea or any mulled
Oh yeah. Keep
wine.
talking.
Any of that is available, again, spread out on the bar top as the typical mornings for you guys. Homemade jams and that are available too for whatever you want there.
Gonna
Are there
pile it high
berries?
and go to the sea.
Yes, there is fruit there, so there would be, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna take a couple of berries and give them to Boo.
Okay. He's squeak, 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 and chewing on these berries, stuffing them into his cheeks. Each cheek is getting fuller and fuller of it. His little hamster tails like waggling. With that, I take it everybody else is eating breakfast and getting ready for the day. What is on the agenda for today for the 6 of you?
We have the bronze dragon that we still have to deal with. And we have to meet somebody in the theater.
Yes. We have the fake stone of galore. We're gonna try to pawn it over on the guy.
Right. So you do have the main, most important part of this is the Stone of Galore, but you also, like Sanyana had said, you had the young bronze dragon, and
Wasn't there a thing about kinkus too?
Yeah, there. I was gonna say that. She's right. There was a guy that was recruiting kinkus. We had to go deal with him.
so you've got, it should be a quest through the Harpers, I believe. Let's take a look here. Um, with that.
I forgot his name, but the Open Lord's bodyguard. Didn't he give us a quest to take care of someone too that's been exiled from the city but
Oh,
has came
okay.
back?
You have
Yeah, it's the kinku
you
guy.
actually have
Oh.
not reported back to Mert about the lady at the bookstore and her cat. So you haven't
Oh,
done that yet. But
we have to return the Nimblewright head to the other place
yeah, you
too.
also have that, and yeah. You also can talk with the Lord's Alliance, and you still can get a quest to them too. You haven't returned it. You haven't talked with them about getting another quest yet.
But didn't he give us one about a guy who was exiled and returned,
Oh,
and he
okay.
wanted
So
us?
you did get that. Okay, I wasn't sure
Okay.
if you guys wrote it down. So
It's all in my head.
where's the king cruise?
He was that guy that she talked about. I thought was one recruiting Kinku.
Okay, so his
Yeah.
was uh, Haruko Swornhold, an evil adventurer who was exiled 3 years ago for attempting to bribe a city magistrate, has returned to Waterdeep illegally. We think the Xanathar Guild is using him to incite violence. He was last seen recruiting Kinku in the dock ward. Find him and quietly put him to the sword. That's through the Lord's Alliance, is what that was. So you have that quest. You have to return to Mert on the Harper still. And then also to finish off the Temple of Wonders, that quest, you could return any part of the Nimrite to show it was destroyed to the priestess there. So you do have several side quests that you could take care of too, but ultimately, um, like I said, the Stone of Galore is weighing heavy on everybody's mind right now, either for nefarious ulterior motives or for good intentions.
What's the closest?
To the tavern.
Yeah.
So Merch would probably be the closest. The other two are located in the dock ward. So you need to find this bronze dragon who's somewhere within the harbor, and this person that's been recruiting Kinkus is somewhere in the dock ward. Mert, however, is the closest to where his manor is at to meet with him with that. So, and the theater is located in the is also in the dock ward. It's not the same theater that you guys went to, the very high class theater where you first went to, um, Lightsinger Theater. This one caters more to the lower class citizens, and it's called the Seven Masks Theater, and it's located in the dock ward.
Mm. Thoughts,
A
opinions?
couple of you who have lived in Waterdeep for a long time know of the Seven Masks Theater. It caters to lower class clientele, and ship captains and sailors are admitted for free. You know the owner of the theater is a burly and jovial showman with a braided goatee, and you know his name by Ronquain Mistier. And so that's what some of you who have been residents of Waterdeep for quite a while know of the theater, of that what you know of the theater. So that's located in the dock ward. This person that you might be looking for the Lord's Alliance is in the dock ward. The Bronze Dragon is somewhere in the harbor, and then there's Mert and his manor.
Anyone opposed to taking care of the Mert thing first?
No,
Not really.
Nope.
I mean, we don't have any leads on this stone, so might as well do other things and keep an ear out
Yeah.
about it. I mean, it won't do us any good just to sit around and do nothing.
Yeah.
Well, you have the ability still also to go to the theater to meet with your point of contact. He said to meet you at the theater as soon as you found the stone. So you have that kind of as a way to figure out where to go from there. If you hand him the stone, he'll give you 10,000 dragons.
Figured we'd go to the dock ward after Mertz.
Okay, whatever you guys
And
want
an
to
eye
do.
patch. And an eye patch.
You want to get an eye patch?
10,000
No.
dragons in his eye patch. He's got that
Yeah,
bedazzled
he-
eye patch.
Oh, jeez.
More.
That's
Sorry.
right. I forget he wanted his damn eye patch. I
It's
forgot
got
about
like
that.
beads on it.
So
Yeah,
is that
it's
what
fancy.
everybody's wants to do here? They want to go to Mertz first.
That sounds like a plan.
All right. Let's add first of all a little bit of time from breakfast. Okay. So you guys leave the tavern, get out to Trosco Alley, and eventually out of the alley itself into the streets of Waterdeep itself, of the North Ward. Taking a carriage, or going to walk your way to
Carriage.
the Sea Ward, is where he's at. Okay. You guys get on a carriage eventually and make your way down Delzorn Street all the way to the general area in the Sea Ward where Mertz Manor is at. And approach the very fine manor that he lives in. And again, you knock at the door. Servants appear and let you in, take you to the sitting room, which we talked about before, is very exquisite. There are paintings on the wall, a alabaster fireplace, lots of different kinds of exquisite, comfortable furniture. Some antique looking, some of the furniture is inside there. And the servants say that Mert will be right with you and asks if any of you would like some kind of drink, perhaps while you're waiting. Tea or even a brandy or something is available to you if anybody wants something like that.
I'll have a brandy.
Okay, so the servants pour you this brandy in this crystal glass, hands it to you, eyeing you, hoping you'll be very careful with it because you're this half-orc barbarian-looking thing, right? So they're very wary that they're handing you this fine crystal glass and hoping that you return it in the same condition as it was given to you. Within moments, however, Mert walks in. He's dabbing the sides of his mouth with a napkin, a lacy napkin. You can see there's some jam, maybe blackberry jam. He's trying to dab off the sides of his cheek, and he's refixing his mustache. Everybody should have that in their journal of what Mert looks like. And good, my friends, they are back. It is good to see you again. The Hoppers are quite pleased with your work. What news have you brought me?
Found the cat.
Philippia, you found Philippia. That is fantastic news. It's Uza had already sent me a letter saying you guys did a fine job. I kind of wish, as he's dabbing from his mouth a little bit more and fixing his beard and mustache, I wish you would have came earlier with it. But the Hoppers are quite impressed with your work. Each character now gains 1 renown from the Harpers. And remember, you had gotten that spell book from her for
Right.
first level and 3 second level wizard spells.
Sorry, is there a place to tally that?
Where have you guys been putting
Where-
it on your organization on the back on your character sheet?
That's where I've been putting it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I missed that. Could you repeat that?
Allies and organizations in the bio tab.
Gotcha.
Let's type
Okay, thank you.
Harper's and put a number next to it.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anywhere that you want is suffice. Anywhere on your sheet. Most of you have probably 3 renown, at least right now. Some of you might have 4. You would have had 4, but you can blame Mort for that. So, so he's all, oh, wonderful, wonderful. And the servants come in and they pour him a hot. You see a hot, they bring some nice ceramic tea glass, yeah, a tea mug with a dish underneath it, and they pour him some hot tea, and he starts sipping it and goes, "Well, if you're quite ready, I have another wonderful quest for you from the Harpers. They are quite happy with your work so far. Indeed, indeed." Is everybody ready to accept another Harper quest?
Oh yeah.
All right, so
We still have other quests that we still need to
he
do.
clears his throat and he says, takes a sip of his hot tea. "One of our members, Maitre Merrig, has allied himself with a gang of doppelgangers, and believes the Harpers should recruit them. We need an unbiased opinion. Track down and speak with each of the doppelgangers and gauge their trustworthiness." And he takes another sip, and his little pinky goes up, and you see these ruffled white shirt sticking out from his overcoat.
Yep, we'll get right on that.
Wonderful news. Report back to me when you have the information. I believe there are several doppelgangers. I don't know the exact number, but make sure you find out the trustworthiness of them. Now, these doppelgangers can be hard to spot and find, obviously, because they look like regular human beings, correct? So, be very cautious on how you go about doing this. Yes. Don't get the city watch involved, please. You understand? Good? Are we all in agreement here?
Yep.
Wait, what?
Do you want me to repeat what he said, Kevin?
So no, just summarize it for me.
So he says one of his members, Matron Mereg, has allied himself with a gang of doppelgangers and believes the Harpers should recruit these doppelgangers. And so he wants you to have an unbiased opinion and track down and speak with each of these doppelgangers and find out their trustworthiness. Are they is there enough trusting them to bring him into the Harpers, to have him join the Harpers? Okay? From your guys' silence, it sounds like everything's good, right?
Yeah, we got to go
Yep.
interview some people.
Okay, you got to find the right people, right? He
Yeah, they
doesn't-
shapeshift.
yeah,
Yeah.
he doesn't tell you who or where to find them, though. You guys are going to have to find them on your own. So you're going to have to do some investigating, obviously, and find out if anybody's heard of doppelgangers within the city and who they are. So you guys are going to have to do some investigation. Use some of your clout. You have a little bit of clout. You have 3 renown, which is decent for what level you are. You actually should have more, but it's all how you guys
More
played.
that.
It's all how you kind of played also. But you also are with the Lord's Alliance, which is a humongously powerful organization that you're working for. Probably the most powerful in Waterdeep. So keep that in mind. The Lord's Alliance is very important allies to be working for. So we'll leave it at that. What now?
I was going to say we should probably do that quest for them then. The
Okay,
Lord's
so-
Alliance.
Well-
Yeah.
What's up?
Yes, we also have a renown with the Grey Hands. We may get more if we talk to the Bronze Dragon and see why it's hanging around in the bay.
True.
We still have that, or you guys should have potions of water breathing for that too.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys leave Mertz Manor. What is this next? What's the next thing you guys are gonna do here? We'll add about a half hour to that.
The
We
dock
can go.
work?
Well, I was gonna say we could turn that nimble right head in real fast.
So you
It's
are
like drop it off.
similarly close to the House of Inspired Hands. That's where the or that I'm sorry, the House of Wonder, I believe is what it is. Let's see here.
I thought it was called both.
All right. So is that what you want to do? You want to turn in the quest with the Nimblewright?
Sure, why not?
Knock it off the list.
Yeah. So the House
Might
of
as well.
Inspired Hands is the actual Temple of Gond is there. So that's where you guys are heading to. Next, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you guys make it to the carriage ride to the House of Inspired Hands and enter the temple, obviously. And so I'll give the re-description of it because it's been a while since you guys have been here. The House of Inspired Hands looks like a cross between a temple and a workshop. The symbol of Gond, a toothed cog with 4 spokes, is displayed predominantly. You see the silhouette of a humanoid shape perching on the rooftop and extends the arm and kind of is waving at you before you enter the temple. Obviously, um, this is Nim, right? You guys remember Nim? Some of you might remember Nim. Some of you may have came in later after Nim. So I think Brandon, you're the only one I think that did not deal with Nim, right?
Yeah, as
Everybody
far
else,
as
Olga
yeah,
did. And Elena.
yeah. Inside the temple, you enter. It's a buzz of activity. Um, there are lots of people working right now, even this early in the morning. You see a lot of acolytes working on whatever they're doing. You remember, you walk in, you see the 4-foot tall working model of a clock tower. Um, it's made of wood, iron, bronze, and glass. It has brass bells, and you see these little delicate hands that are formed from solid gold that are keeping track of the time. The time actually um, is reading out at 7:25 in the morning. Um, you see that there's a wooden flying machine that has wings. You see a miniature model of a mechanical dragon turtle. Has with it. This one has a brass plate affixed to it. I think you guys read this before. It says Big Belchy sank in Deepwater Harbor on the Day of Wonders in 1363 DR. You see there's a waking helmet. It's equipped with small articulated metal arms and hands that gently slap the wearer if he or she falls asleep. And you also see a miniature model of a red submarine shaped like a manta ray. That also has a brass plate affixed to it, to its pedestal, that reads the Scarlet Maripanath, Lantanese submersible, launched in 1489 DR. As you guys kind of stroll through some of that in the hall there, you then see Valida approach.
I'm gonna take a bite.
Velveeta would have been better, right, guys? So you see her walk up to you, and she says, "It's wonderful to see the 6 of you. Some of you are new faces, but most of you I remember. How's it going? Did you find my nimble right?"
It took a little bit for us to find it, but we managed to find it and dispatched it quickly.
Oh, wonderful. You wouldn't happen to have proof, unfortunately. The acolytes like to have proof in other of the higher priest and priestesses wish to have proof of the destruction of this creature, you wouldn't happen to have any part of this Nimrite on you.
Well, he has his head.
You have the
Oh,
head
you
of
have
it?
the head?
Yeah, that'll work.
And Valida says, this really, like, her eyes get wide. This is wonderful. May I see the head? Who has the head?
Yeah, that's a good. I don't think I have it.
I thought it was you who put it in your bag because you like collecting body parts.
Oh, I did actually. I put nimble right pieces. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so you do
Yeah.
have, you have to have the head.
My bad. Yeah.
Mort, you
Mort's,
collect everything.
yep. Gotta catch them all. Mort's gonna rummage
Body part,
around.
Mort got it.
He's pulling like all this weird stuff out of his bag and look like, where did I get this? He finally grabs it by like the eye sockets and like pulls it out and like holds it up to her so she can see it.
Oh, most excellent. She places her hands on it and brings it over close to her, and then she looks at it for a few moments, then places it behind her on one of the empty pedestals. As the House of Inspired Hands had promised, here is your 500 dragons for destroying it and bringing us proof of its destruction. And she hands you a leather pouch that's jingling as she hands it to you guys. Now, also, I did promise a reward of choosing one of these non-magical inventions of ours. I have several to choose from. I have an adjustable stilts, a backpack parachute, a barking box, or a matchless pipe. Which one of these items would you like as part of your reward?
Mort's looking at Sanyana, then he's like looking at the stilts, and he's like looking at Sanyana. like he's not gonna say anything, but he's like just like
She
looking at him
sees
back
that
and
you're
forth.
doing that back and forth, and she says, "Would you like me to tell you about these stilts, these adjustable stilts?" As she's talking to you, Mort.
He's gonna look at Sanyana, then he's gonna look back and say, "Yes."
Excellent. These are clockwork stilts, and they take about a minute to put on or remove. And wonderfully, they increase the height of anyone wearing them by 2 to 5 feet.
Oh,
And they are a bit heavy. They weigh about 8 pounds, and are only a foot long when they're fully collapsed, like they are here, as she points with her hand. So you're able to grow an extra 2 to 5 feet of the stilts on these stilts, and of course you can walk on them. Obviously,
oh. Mort doesn't know. He doesn't know. He doesn't want this kind of responsibility. He doesn't know which one to pick. Someone else chime in here.
there's like I said, we have the stilts, a backpack parachute, barking box, and a matchless pipe.
What's the parachute?
Ah,
What's that?
the backpack parachute. Anybody wearing this piece of gear can deploy this parachute as a reaction while falling, or as an action otherwise. The parachute requires at least a 10-foot cube of unoccupied space winch to deploy, and it doesn't open fast enough to slow a fall of less than 60 feet. It has significant time and space to deploy properly. The parachute allows its wearer to land without taking fall damage. Once it has been used, the parachute takes 10 minutes to repack. So if you fall off an area that is 60 feet or greater, it will save you, and you will be able to land safely from a 60 feet fall or bigger.
What's the weight limit on it?
And she's looking up and down at you. Trust me, you will be suffice. It will hold your weight, if you'll ask you. The other
All right.
item, she pulls this box out. It's like a metal box, and she kind of shines it, polishes it up a little bit, looking at the 6 inches. This here is a barking box. This metal cube is about 6 inches on each side. And she pops this little button, and this crank kind of comes out. at the top, and she starts cranking it. And as an action, you wind this crank, and it begins to activate this box for up to 8 hours. While activated, it's armed. And anytime this it detects any vibration within 15 feet of itself, and on making contact with it, with whatever's creating the vibration within 15 feet, it begins to bark.
Huh.
And this little switch here, and she kind of shakes it, and you hear it barking. It's like this little dog's bark. It's like ruff, 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 right? And if you switch this switch here, that's on the side, up like this, it begins to a larger dog. It's ruff, 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 ruff. And that is the barking box, and she places it behind her. Would you like me to describe the matchless pipe for you?
Sure.
Sure. Yes.
Someone's all not interested. The matchless pipe, and she pulls out, and this is a very, very well-made wooden pipe. It's very long, stem on it, a nice wooden bowl, and she says, the magnificent thing about this matchless pipe is there's a built-in flint in it, in the bowl. With a few flicks of this switch, and it's up by the closer along this stem of the pipe, and this thing's long. This is like Gandalf long pipe, okay? And she's switches it like with 2 flicks. The pipe lights. You can see it light the tobacco within the bowl itself, and she takes a couple puffs on it. So no need for any matches or anything like that. It lights automatically. Even in the heaviest wind and rain, it'll still light as long as the bowl is not wet of the tobacco.
Mort's gonna be asked, like, could it be used to start fires? Could, like, we burn down a theater with it?
I think you could maybe stick a small twig in there, light the twig with it, and then light the fire that way. That is quite possible indeed. That is ingenious, actually. Well thought, my friend.
I'm like looking at the party, like I can't make my mind up. The parachute or the dog barking box.
I think the parachute would be most useful to us.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay.
Not the stilts. You don't want the stilts for your
Oh
fine
no,
party members?
Bog
Not
can
words.
just.
Okay, so listen.
We could just carry Saniano on our
Yeah,
shoulder.
but it's
Listen.
like I'm not wearing stilts.
Listen,
Put her on the
Bog,
shoulder.
Bog is obsessed with getting bigger in any way he can. So he really wants the stilts, but he knows that the option for the team is to get the parachute. Like it's no question.
Okay.
But the stilts are very cool.
I guess if anyone, sorry. Ugh, sorry, if anybody has no opposition, we could get the parachute.
I don't care.
All right. So is everybody in agreement on the parachute?
Yeah.
And the parachute it is. So I'll put this in the chat, and whoever wants to record it is welcome to record it. This is exactly what the parachute does.
I wonder if you use it underwater in a current. I wonder if you could activate it and it'll make you go faster in the current.
Who wants it? Who's gonna wear it?
Well, you said you had the levitate spell.
I do.
Maybe you should wear it in case the spell wears off and you're in the middle of levitating.
Yeah, that actually is a pretty fucking good idea. I didn't think about that. I don't know how it works. I think you just fall down, but yeah. All right, I'll put it on. Or just gonna walk around with Plague Doctor mask and a parachute everywhere he goes.
All right. So you have,
He's ready.
you
He's
now
ready
have
for anything.
The parachute.
Yes.
With it, and you're able to wear that if you like.
Yeah, he'll put it on.
Okay. With that, Velveeta. No, not Velveeta. That's funny. Velita says, "Well, if there's nothing else today, you're welcome to stay and look around, but I must get back to work. And she kind of nods at all of you and then turns around and begins to walk away to her working station over there and begins working on something she was previously working on there.
We logged the.
Okay,
We
so what's
logged the.
next on our agenda?
What's that?
Oh,
I was just gonna say we make sure whoever's doing it put the gold into the treasury.
Yeah, 500 dragons you guys get for that. So.
I tried to open it up, but then I realized wrong game. I'm not in charge of treasure in this game.
That's right, you're in charge of Spelljammer. Are you guys finished there, or do you have any other business or are you concluded here for?
Can I
the,
buy the stilts? Or is it kind of like a...
The thing with the Temple of Gan is they make these creations and have a very hard time giving them up or selling them. So you
Okay,
can try
all right.
persuading Velida if she would sell
No,
it to you if you
don't.
want, but
No,
they have this.
don't worry about it.
Unless you're like an actual follower and worshiper of Gan, like I said, they have a very hard time selling off any of their things or giving them away. You guys are very lucky that you got an item that she gave you guys for completing this quest. So, but they are always looking for initiates into the Temple of Gan. So if you'd like to be a follower of Gan, I'm sure they would be happy to bring you into the arms of
Barlog is not
Gan.
religious.
Okay. And maybe get some of these
Thank
for
you.
free. All right. So everybody's leaving the temple then?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you guys leave the temple and back out into the rain. You look up towards the top of the Temple of Gan, and Nim is not up there anymore. He had waved. He had seen you and waved, and then must have went back into his little attic apartment with that. What's next? What are you guys doing next here? With
Can we trick the guy? Or is there a reason for us to avoid doing that?
Look for the. Oh, I can't remember. No, I didn't. Got his name written down somewhere. The guy the Lord's Alliance is looking for.
That's in the dock ward, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's also where the theater's at.
And the
And
dragon.
the bronze dragon.
Well, the bronze dragon's in the harbor somewhere out in the sea out there. So underwater. That's why you got those water breathing potions. If you wish to do that. What do you want to do first?
Hmm. They say we should do what's fastest and easiest first to build up more renown for ourselves.
We can go find the guy then if you want. What's
You
his
want to
name?
go look for this guy for the Lord's Alliance? Is that what you
You have
guys
no
are-
interest in talking to a dragon? A lot of people would take up that opportunity to
That's what the Black Staff lady or of
the
Roger.
gray hands.
Yes, yeah. Actually, that I didn't even think about that. I forgot about the dragon. Yes, yeah. That's actually not a bad idea. Maybe we should do that.
I'm gonna go take care of this dragon.
Yeah, take care of him. I've got 2 water breathing potions.
Yeah, because I think
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I gave you one because I don't need to breathe.
Right,
So
right.
you want to make your way down to the dock ward and go into the Great Harbor and see if that's where the Bronze Dragon is. Is that what everybody's wants to do this?
No, that's what I want to do.
That's what you want to
Sure.
do?
I'll second. We haven't. Yeah, that's been forever. We've had that quest forever. I'll second that or third it.
All right. So you guys catch a carriage and make the long journey from to the dock wards. That's going to take around this time of day, the rain. Let's take about 40-45 minutes to get from that northern part of Waterdeep to the dock wards. Again, when you get into the dock wards, it is a much different part of town. The lower class citizens are here. There's a lot of poor housing, dilapidated type housing. The streets are dirty, like we talked about. That there's very little, like the gas light up posts. A lot of them are broken, don't work. A lot of the magical lit up lamps don't work as you make your way into the dock ward. It is a bustling area because a lot of trade comes through the harbor, and so there's a lot going on. But you can tell the difference between the northern wards and definitely the dock ward. It's more of a shantier part of town, definitely, with that. So you want to make your way, if you're doing the dragon, you decide to make your way towards the dock itself, onto where the Great Harbor is at, because that was the last known location of this bronze dragon that you want to head into. Who's going in the water to try to find this bronze dragon? Some of you,
I'm down.
everybody has enough probably water breathing potions to get into the harbor and to swim down deep enough to find this dragon. But are you all going to do this, or just maybe volunteer one or two individuals to do this?
I
Mork
wouldn't
can.
mind doing it.
Yeah, Mork speaks Draconic. Is that what dragons can talk in, or what they speak? I mean, so he should go too.
I just want to see a dragon.
I mean, if it's the same dragon I'm thinking of, we already know it would speak common.
Oh fuck yeah!
If
I
it's the
forgot
same
about
dragon.
that. Right. It might not be. I forgot about that. He was stuck. That's right.
All right. So what is the decision as you guys are making your way down to the actual part of the docks where the ships are docked at, the wooden sidewalks?
I volunteer as tribute.
You volunteer yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Mort will do it too.
And Elena.
Elena's
What's-
gonna go.
Bro, what's the goal? Just remind me. We're trying to figure out what it's doing down there, or are we trying to make it leave?
We're trying to figure out what it's doing it.
Yeah, okay.
We're
It's not
trying to make
posed.
it leave because it's scaring the people.
Right. I'm just making sure we're not going down there to try to waste this thing. I'm like, I don't think we could take a dragon, the three. So,
No, we're
Yeah.
trying to figure out what it's doing. It hasn't posed any threats yet.
Yeah, Valera.
Audra.
Yeah, thank you. Vajara Safar wants you to confront this dragon and learn its intentions. It hasn't hurt anyone yet. It startled a few sailors recently, but hasn't hurt anyone. It's taken up residence in the Deepwater Harbor. So she wants you to confront it and learn its intentions. Once you go down there and find it. So. So who's all going down? Everybody? Is everybody going down?
Yeah.
Everybody's going to go down. Okay.
May as well.
So everybody needs to take a swig of their water-breathing potion, except for HP 693, because she does not need to breathe under there. So
Does
Do I
that
even
come
have
with
one?
the
there
the
should have
kit,
been
or
enough.
is-
there should have been enough potions for each one of you, including one extra one because HP does not need it. So you should have one left over, and everybody would be able to. Because Koash isn't here, so you gave Koashes to your barbarian.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think I was
So-
there for that session, so I don't have one in my inventory.
I'm sure there's, like I said, everybody should have one.
So the only person that'll have one left is Mort because he has HPs.
Wait, I think we would have 2 left because our King Cube Bird
All right.
had one, so we should
well,
have
we
like
had
2
seven.
extra.
Did we have 7 players? We had 7 players at one time. So there should be 7 potions. I believe there were 7 players. Right? Am I crazy or is that right?
Yeah, that should have been right.
Okay.
You're good.
All right. So everybody takes a swig of their potion. They all have the ability for underwater breathing, I think, for up to an hour. I believe. Let me check and make sure on these potions. But I believe that's what it was. Make sure that I'm not mistaken on that. A sec here. All right, so the potion of water breathing is exactly that. So it is 1 hour. It's a really cloudy green fluid, and it smells of the sea. And right before you guys swig it, it has these jellyfish-like bubbles floating inside of this green, cloudy green liquid, and it smells very sea-like, with it. But you guys gulp it down, and you all have the ability to breathe underwater for 1 hour. Okay? As you guys all do you guys like dive from the docks into the water and swim down?
Oh yeah, Mort does like a full like twisting, like flip dive,
Okay.
like Olympic level.
Like, whoa.
I was
Yeah.
expecting you to belly flop.
We should roll an athletics check. Let's do that.
Oh
See if
no.
you belly flop on that or not.
Oh no, he's got 0, man. He's not.
I'm
Here
just
we
gonna-
go.
Oh,
You actually do decent. I mean, it's definitely not going to bring you home any medals, and so it was all right. It was amateurish, but it was decent.
I'm gonna try to show him up
All right,
by doing the same thing.
roll athletics. Yours was much nicer looking, much cleaner as you entered the water, and your little aerial amusement for the rest of the party watched you as you dived in.
We
You know, I'm
elf-
gonna think that looks like fun, and I'm going to try to mimic them.
Okay, so roll an athletics check. Yeah, yours is about as kind of as amateurish as Mort's was. There's nothing to write home about, but it was still done, and it was pleasing, somewhat pleasing to everybody else's eyes. Elena's and Mogbog's and
I'm gonna jump in and
Sayana.
try and make as big as wave as possible.
So you like cannonball in. So you start running as fast as you can on one of the docks, and then fold yourself up to be able to ball, and you hit the water, and it's a smack, and this water comes up from you. A big splash appears as you try to do a cannonball into the water. And that leaves Saniana and Mugbug. left on the dock there. Everybody else is in the water.
I'm gonna jump in and then sink like a stone because I'm wearing a ton of armor with a bunch of weapons.
That's true. You die, so you don't. You guys don't doff any of that, right? You just wear it into the water.
I'm afraid somebody's gonna
All
steal
right,
it.
so you jump in, and yeah, it's quite yeah. You sinking down in the water. Hard for you to swim because of the weight, but you're able to do it with your. What is your strength?
My strength is 17.
Yeah, no problems. You're able to still use the strength to be able to carry your body underwater, remember it's lighter underwater anyway. That leaves Mogbog up there on the dock.
I'm a practical man. I'm just gonna kind of walk in.
Hold your nose and kind of dive in feet first, or
Uh,
okay, really generic like dives
Yep,
in.
simple
You
man.
have you have people that are unloading docks and they're just kind of watching you, and you have these fishers and that, and they're kind of just staring at you all weird like. You're like, what the heck are they doing? You know. All right, so all of you are in the water now. Are you diving down in this area? So this whole area is considered the Great Harbor. This everywhere of this whole area. You see, you've got the guard towers here where people can come in and out with their ships. It's able to close that off during any type of threat to the city that can be closed off. You have also the naval harbor, which you guys know not to really approach this area because it's a naval harbor, and you would be arrested on spot if you were to enter that area. So you know to kind of avoid the naval area pretty much with that. But you have this whole large Great Harbor area of Waterdeep to try to find this dragon. You can give a survival check will help. Maybe try to locate this dragon underwater. But the dragon is not made its surface appearance in quite a while. So he must be underwater at this point and staying underwater. So what are you guys doing?
Nope, I got nothing.
9 doesn't give you really a sense of where to go or anything like that. Mort, however, who has an incredible survival roll just now, almost a nat 20, along with Elena, both of you kind of get this sense of like, oh, you know what? Maybe down here, and you swim out some, and then you dive. You watch Mort dive down. Elena gets the same thing and also dives in a similar area that
I have eyes of night, so I can see very well in the dark.
Mort
I don't
is.
know how well that'd be underwater, though.
Well, you've got the deeper you get, the darker the water gets, obviously, because the sunlight can't pierce it. But it depends on the depth as far as where you're going to be at as far as light goes. But
I
it
imagine if
would be
it
the
gets
same
super deep, I
way.
would take the leap.
It would basically be the same way night vision or dark vision works with the water because of the light slowly shrouding away the deeper you get in the harbor. It is very deep in the harbor, but after Elena and Mort, what do you guys do? Do you follow those two, or just let them kind of do their own diving?
I'm gonna follow them.
So
I'm gonna follow
you
them too.
follow them all of you follow them as they're swimming along. Within about 20 minutes, you guys are pretty deep in the harbor, and you notice it's getting darker a little bit, but you notice like a large shadowy figure down in the water. Let's add 20 minutes real quick here, and you kind of Mort and Elena are kind of going that direction, and we'll put you on this map here. And so you're pretty deep underwater. You've gotten to swim down. Saniana just kind of sank most of the way to and swam, but in the short amount of distance, I don't know what those orange lines are. Somebody just
That's my bad. I have no idea how I did that. That was
okay.
totally on
I was
accident.
like, where did those come from? But I didn't do that. But all right. Anyway, so in the distance there, it is light, but the light is fading pretty fast the darker you're getting down there. but you can make out this this large bronze dragon is sitting over by this wreck of it looks to be some kind of ship. Is there's a wreck underneath there? Everybody can see somewhat down there. I know that it's pretty dim,
Yeah, I
but
can see.
down there. And you see this bronze dragon's kind of just swimming around down there with all the fish and other sea creatures that have made their home on this the shipwreck underwater.
Are we able to
The
tell
ship-
if it's?
The shipwreck's
go ahead.
covered in barnacle. And so he's kind of just swimming around there, messing around. You can see him messing around with a school of fish as you guys see him over there.
Can we tell if it's the dragon we encountered way back in the cave? Just by glancing at it.
No, it's not.
Mort's gonna the dragon's not seen us yet, obviously, right?
No, he's too busy playing around with the schools of fish and other sea creatures down there.
I guess Mort's gonna wait. Can we talk we can talk underwater, right?
I'm
Since
gonna
we've got
swim towards the
Oh,
shipwreck.
I didn't think we could talk underwater.
Oh yeah, with the potion as you basically.
Okay. He's gonna real discreetly kind of wave everybody over, so we're grouped up. Hey, come here, there he is. I spotted Nessie.
I'm gonna swim towards the shipwreck and kind of float by the deck, on the top deck.
Okay, so go ahead and move your character over there. While you're doing that,
I can't see.
What's that?
I can't see, so I can't.
You can't see.
No.
Is it because your token is? What do you mean you can't see? Hold on a second. Let's look at.
I've got a black screen.
Let me look at your token. Interesting. Okay. Tell me if anybody else cannot see down.
Hey.
I can see, no problem.
Can you see now, Elena? Your character
Yeah.
token for some reason wasn't lit up. It didn't have sighting, so it's weird. Everybody else can see though.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
It looks like I got my full ridiculous range too.
Yeah. What? Okay, so you're gonna swim over there to where the dragon's at, over to the shipwreck over there.
Yeah.
And as it's swimming around, it notices you and it stops, and it says, "Oh, what do we have here? Humans. Humans have come down to visit me. How very nice. And
Hello.
What is your name?"
My name's Elena.
Oh. Does this Elena, do you have treasure by chance?
I'm sorry, I'm very poor.
You have no treasure at all on you? No gold, no silver, no jewels? Oh, by the way, my name is Zelifar. It's a pleasure to
Hello,
meet
Zelifar.
you. So, so you have no gold, no jewels, no rings, no necklaces that sparkle in the sunlight?
And I pull out a dagger and my orbs. I have these.
Oh. And describe to me what they are, what you pulled out there.
It's a very basic worn dagger and a magical focus orb. It's just made of
The
very
orb.
cloudy glass.
The orb could be a treasure, but it doesn't sparkle like gold or rubies.
I know.
Do you have rubies?
No,
No?
I'm very poor.
I think HP could offer something.
Alright, so who else is swimming over to this dragon as it's having this conversation with Elena?
Can we see what's
I
going
will.
on?
You can
'cause
see it from where you're at, yeah.
Okay. Then
Do we hear
yeah,
what
I'm
it?
heading
Do we
over.
hear what it said?
It's a little too far to hear the conversation. They're not like yelling underwater or anything. Everything's muffled still underwater, even though you can't speak.
Okay.
But as you swim up to the dragon, and he's all, "Oh, you have more friends, Miss Elena. Hello,
Yeah.
friends. How are you?"
They're the only currency I have, friends.
Mort will greet the dragon in Draconic.
Oh,
It's like give it this big greeting,
and he
like
shakes his head and he goes, "No need. I speak common just as well. Although your
Mm-hmm.
draconic is quite good, my friend. Do you have treasure? Do you have gold or silver on you? Or any sparkling jewels?"
I may have something.
yeah, HP has plenty of gold. Yes, ask her.
I'm gonna pull out the gold beholder pendant.
Oh, ooh. Are you giving that to me? I like that. Look at the gold on that. By the
I would
way,
just
he looks at the rest of you who swam up. My name is Zelifar. What are your names? I know humanoids have names. They all do.
you just could call me HP.
HP, very nice. And the rest of you?
Mort will like bow. He's like, honest Mort.
It eyes you. It gets really close to you. This one eye staring at you, and it goes, "Are you sure you're honest?" Honest Mort, and then
He's like,
it backs away its little head. So this large dragon head with this large dragon eye was looking right at you, and then it backs away after it asks you that question.
the water around Mort gets warmer.
I'm gonna swim to the side.
Okay.
I'm gonna swim away from him a little.
Okay, you swim away from Mort a little bit. And you and you and he's pointing to all of you who haven't answered their or told you his your
Yeah,
name.
Norik will introduce himself.
It's very nice to meet you, Norik and Saniana and Mogbog?
Mug.
Bogmog, oh, not Mogbog. Bogmog, Mogbog. Do you have treasure? Do you have gold? Do you have silver sparkles? Do you have rubies that glisten in the
Boy,
sun?
I wish I did. Do I have anything?
What's your character sheet say?
I don't think so.
You have the party treasure, and you might have a little bit of. You
got-
might have a little gold.
I got a
on
little
you.
bit of. Yeah, I got a little bit of gold.
Okay.
Is that?
Don't give this thing any gold.
What about you? He looks at Norik and points with its large dragon talon here as the point of it's pointing at you, like kind of tapping on your chest, but not doing any harm or anything. Just tapping at you. What about you? Do you have treasure? Gold, silver?
I'm gonna say, yeah, my treasure is my my tavern.
Oh.
You're welcome to come in.
A tavern.
Of course, in humanoid form, of course.
A tavern. What's the name of your tavern?
Troll Skull Manor.
Troll Skull. Is there a Troll Skull in the tavern?
Not I'm aware of.
Oh.
We could get one.
What about the sign? Is there a Troll Skull on the sign?
There is, yep.
Oh, very nice.
There's also one on the door.
On the door, too. Is there treasures inside of the tavern?
We have a dancing monkey.
You have a monkey? I've
Well,
never
it's a
seen a monkey, but I know what a monkey is. But I've never seen a monkey.
Mort's looking around like, where's that little bastard when I need him? Where is he?
What
Wait,
about
can you just...
your gold, that medallion you showed me, HP? Are you going to give me that?
We just have some questions first.
Questions. Okay, what? Always questions. What questions do you have for me? What do you have? Questions for Zelifar.
We were sent here by the city nearby.
Oh, Waterdeep, the city above. Yes, are the guards coming to try to slay me because I scared a few sailors by accident? Of course.
No.
I didn't. I had no intention of harming these sailors. They just got a little startled because a large bronze dragon talked to him and asked him if they had treasure. That's all.
No, no one's coming to slay you.
Can
They
I
know.
can I do like a check to see if I believe these
Yeah,
things tell the
so
truth?
you can give me an insight check if you'd like, Norik.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Can I back him up on that a little?
What do you want to? Do you want to roll your own insight check, or
Yeah.
all right? So roll an insight, please.
I'm like, most trustworthy dragon of
As
all.
you were trying to do the insight check, Norik, you swallow a bunch of water and you're like choking on it as talking. Elena, you determine to reveal that the dragon poses no danger to Waterdeep at whatsoever. He's just having his best life down there, enjoying the sea creatures, and looking for treasure.
Can Mort do an investigation, see if there's any treasure, like anything like lying around
Sure.
the dragon, see if he has a hoard. Oh.
Absolutely. Inside of the freaking thing, you see a hoard of treasure already, a dragon hoard of treasure that he's collecting. It's not huge. It's a small, very small pile of treasure, but there is a small treasure there.
So, I have a bunch of silver necklaces. I'm gonna give him a couple.
Okay.
Just a
And
couple.
he kind of puts one of his feet out towards us and puts it out there, and you kind of slip the necklaces around one of his claws, fingers, or toes of it, and it's just dangling there, and he's kind of just shaking it in the water, in the underwater, and it's swishing around real slowly. Oh, the silver! Thank you, Elaine, Saniana. Thank you. The treasure is so nice. And then he clutches it in his claws and kind of brings it over closer to him. And that medallion you're going to give me, right, HP? You said you would give me that gold medallion treasure.
After you answer one question for me,
Always with the
The-
questions.
the people above, they just want to know what your intentions are.
My intentions.
Intentions.
I plan to stay down here and enjoy the time by myself with my sea friends and my new friends that I've met, the six of you, and collecting and finding treasure. That is all.
I don't know if it's treasure, but I have a crossbow that kept me alive for several years.
Okay.
It's not really valuable, but it kept me alive.
All right. With that, you hand this over. I need an insight check from you, HP. And he looks at the crossbow and says, I really have not use for weapons, but if you treasured it, then it is a treasure, and I would love to keep it because you treasured it. Yeah, you can't. It's hard to get a read on this dragon for you, HP, on if it's intention or true intentions or not. They just can't be gleaned. You can't really be sure about it.
I hand him a very well-loved light crossbow.
I will cherish this as much as you cherished it. Are you sure you wish to give this to me?
It is okay.
Why, thank you
I am
immensely.
safer now, so it has done its job.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, Elena.
I'm gonna thank the dragon and go ahead and hand him the beholder pendant.
Okay. Yep. So you hand it to him, and he's this is beautiful treasure. Look at the gold. Look at the weird shape it is. It almost looks like a beholder. It is very gold-like. I like it. Thank you very much, HP.
And if you look closely, it has little stones in it too.
I see that. They're beautiful, and his big-ass dragon eye gets close on it, looks at it, and then pulls away.
Mort's going to speak up and ask the dragon, excuse me, friend, you wouldn't have happened to seen or heard of any interesting stones around here, have you?
You're looking for the stone of Galore. That's what I feel is the stone you are looking for, correct?
Yes,
Honest,
yes.
and he does like quote signs, honest Lord.
This big dragon. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, of course. What about it?
Do you know where it is currently?
It's in Waterdeep somewhere.
You don't know where?
I don't. I've been down here
Hmm.
far too long to worry about what's happening up in Waterdeep, to be honest with
Hmm.
you.
Hmm. Oh well.
So, does anybody else have treasure to give Zelefarn? Any more of the beautiful treasure?
I do
Norik,
believe that's it.
as he gets close to you with his dragon eye right up on you, Norik. How about you, Norik?
No.
Oh, such a shame, but my friends, my new friends, a lot of you have given me treasure, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. You could come down and visit me anytime you'd like. I don't plan on going up anytime soon, so you'd have to come down here.
I think that would be fine with me since I don't need to breathe.
Well, I would be happy to see all my new friends again, and it would be nice sometimes if they brought me treasure too when they visit.
Or just gonna clap his hands and just be like, "Well, this has been an exciting visit, but we should get going now. We've got lots of other business to do. Nice meeting you." And he's just gonna like start to like kind of backpedal, like how you do when you swim, like kind of slip away. Come on, nice to see you soon.
It's a good
We'll
time
bring you
too,
more
because you
treasure.
guys get about 10 minutes left till your potions come out.
Oh,
So
oh,
Yeah,
you
we should
guys
probably swim up
begin
now.
to start. You
he's
guys
gonna book
begin
it.
making way back up to the surface of the harbor, and leaving the gold dragon named Zelefarn behind. Yeah, as you guys make the surface of the water, you break the surface of the water. The rain begins to fall hard again, too, as it's happening. But you guys can make your way to swim back to the harbor itself if you wish. You guys come back upon the docks there, out of the harbor water. You're already wet anyway, so the cold rain doesn't really affect you too much. The potions have almost all but worn off. And have you got what you wanted from this bronze dragon?
I think so. Should probably go tell
Yeah.
the lady.
Mort wanted some of that treasure. Didn't get what he wanted.
No.
Jeez.
Feel free to swim back down there. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Think he'll be happily in part with it to you, Mort, do you think?
No, no. I want gold. I want gold.
All
Did you
right,
hear that,
let's
dragon
take
talk?
a 10-minute break. We'll come back at 7:54. How's that sound for everybody?
Sounds
Sound
good.
good.
All right,
Sounds good.
let's do it.
All right. Cool.
All right. Is everybody back?
Hey, Lars.
Yes.
I wanted to vocalize that my brother's Xbox account is currently linked to my Discord, so it looks like I'm playing a game according to Joseph, but I assure you I am not. Just wanted to vocalize that.
What?
Oh well. All right. That's fine. No problem.
I don't know how to disconnect it.
Okay.
It's been an issue for like a couple of months, and we don't know how to disconnect them. So.
Can you do it through the Discord on Xbox? Because I believe Discord is on Xbox now, so you can actually use Discord on
Punch
Xbox.
Showdown.
So I wonder if you.
What do you mean?
Well, there's an app that you download through Xbox that's Discord, because now the two work together, and so maybe you can do it through the settings through the Xbox with Discord, because you can actually use Discord on Xbox now. So. Instead of loading it up on your phone or your computer, you can actually load it up on the Xbox. It's I think
And
there's an app.
he could sign in on his
yeah.
Discord, and then it would probably sign me out.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, mine would be saying I'm playing Fallout 4 right now.
What's that?
Mine would be saying I'm playing Fallout 4 now.
Are you playing Fallout 4?
No, but it's on my Xbox.
Oh, okay.
You wanted to me.
Yeah, so that may be a way you can do it. I'm not sure. I haven't messed around with the Discord on Xbox yet. It's fairly new. I think it came out within the last month on Xbox. So
I remember hearing about that.
So, in fact, there was a rumor that Xbox Game Studios or Microsoft is buying Discord. So we'll see if that rumor becomes true. So, which is huge because Discord's like the biggest voice IP or protocol or whatever that people use now. You know, years ago it was Ventrilo. I don't know if you guys remember Ventrilo.
Oh yeah.
Was similar to Discord.
Oh yeah.
And so people were using that. I used that when I played World of Warcraft. Or Star Wars Galaxies. I used that when I communicated with people as Ventrilo. So, but that's to the wayside now. Discord's the big rage. So, anyway, is everybody ready? We're all good to go?
Yep.
I'm down.
All right. So, you guys have come out from the harbor. You're on the dock there. Soaking wet, obviously, but it's raining anyway. So, you guys are wet no matter what. You could cast Prestidagious if you want. And dry yourself up if you want. And dry everybody else up. That's fine if you want to do that.
Doesn't want anyone getting sick.
So you have the ability to turn in this quest back to the leader of the Grey Hands, which is Vajara, which Sanyana is close friends with. She helped you through some of your tumultuous times in Waterdeep when it came to Eldon, if I remember correctly. Right? Your buddy. Your demon buddy.
Romance partner.
There's nobody. There's nobody.
Your romance partner. Anyway, let's move on from there. So you have that ability. You're also in the same dock wards where you have two other quests, right? You can go to the theater before. You need to go to the theater before it opens its doors for its nightly performance. Because you probably have a better chance of meeting up with your contact there during the day when they're just doing rehearsals than actually at night when they're actually performing. You also have the quest from the Lord's Alliance down here too. So, what do you guys want to do?
Let's go to the theater.
All right. So you want to make your way to the theater. He's all excited.
Do we need to formulate a plan, or are we just going to wing it?
We're going to sell this thing for 10,000 gold.
Act like it's the real thing. Mort, you need to be very upset that we're giving it away.
He's like looking at Bog. He's like, restrain me when he gives it away. Oh, thrash! No. Is there? Wait, what's all this prestidigitation do? Is there a way Mort can like make it like glow or something with prestidigitation? I know there's like 100,000 things that he can do. I just know about the dry. I'll put it in chat so I can read it.
Well, it can clean stuff up.
An odd odor. Oh. Candles. Okay. Cubic, non-living. Okay. You can make a symbol appear on an object or surface.
Okay.
Okay,
so you're welcome to do that.
Yeah, he might. Keep that cocked in the barrel.
Okay. So you guys are walking or taking a carriage to the Seven Mask Theater?
Carriage.
Okay. So you guys ride the carriage, keeping yourself as dry as possible in the heavy rain. And as you're driving, the driver's all taking you to the theater, and he goes, "You do realize that the theater does not open its doors till 6 o'clock tonight for its performance."
Mort's like mumbles under his breath. Oh, there's going to be a performance. Performance worth 10,000 dragons.
Okay.
It's like
he doesn't.
I'm just.
Doesn't say anything. What do you say, Elena?
Yeah.
You say something?
I'm just pat him like there, crazy old man.
All right.
Where's my monkey? We might have to have the monkey do a trade-off. Have him carry the stone up. What is it called?
All right. So you guys eventually arrive at the theater, and it's still a nice looking theater, even though it's a little run down, and it's, like I said, it caters to the lower class and ship captains and sailors. But it doesn't look anything like the other theater you were at, the Light Singer Theater, where you met a lot of dignitaries and important people at one point, and you watched the opera about the dragon in Draconin, I believe, or Giant. It was sung in the opera, but so it's nothing like that. But it's still a decently looking building for this theater. When you arrive there, you try the front doors of the theater, and they're locked. And let's just go to our map. We'll just go right to our map of the theater. Yeah. Tell me if you cannot see the map, if it's black. I'm missing one person. I'm missing the barbarian.
It's black for me.
Yeah. I realize I'm missing you as a token on there. Let me fix that really quick. Bogmod, you are now present.
Yeah.
Can you see with your token? Because I know you had trouble the last time.
Yeah, I'm good.
Let me put it in here.
Can see the whole damn street.
Okay. So these front doors are locked when you tried them to come in. There isn't a lot of people walking around the theater right now, obviously because it's not showtime. So the streets around the theater, the sidewalk and that are quite empty with it.
Should we knock?
Seems logical.
could pick the lock, put them on their toes a little bit when we just barge in, like we own the place.
I'm gonna go ahead and knock on the door.
Okay. Yeah, you knock on the wooden door, and you wait a little bit, but you don't, like, nobody comes to the door to unlock it or anything like that.
Maybe Nork should send a paper bird to his friend telling him no, that we're here.
Yeah, I guess I could.
Do you guys, what are you, sending a paper bird, or you just want to come around and investigate the outside of this theater?
Yeah, like before we send a paper bird, let's just ask somebody.
I'll walk around the outside of the building.
Alright.
Can Mort have his freaking monkey fly up on the roof and like look and see if there's anything suspicious going on up there, like a sniper or something?
On the roof?
Didn't this? I guess didn't that guy have like pistols and like firearms?
Yeah. He flies to the top of the roof and comes back to you, and it's just like a roof of a building.
Nothing. Okay.
Yeah. Lena, you're moving around
Yeah.
the side of the building. Where'd you go? Let me see where you're at here.
Hello.
Right there, as you approach the door there, do you try the door?
Yeah.
Okay, so that stage door, and it says right on the door, stage door, is unlocked.
I'll open it up and go back around the corner to wave everyone over.
Okay, so you head back, and you wave the rest of your party members over to where you're at there, the stage door.
Follow my pings.
A monkey. Ooh. There we go. Monkey's scouting ahead.
Is anybody else coming around the building there to the stage door?
Yeah.
I am here.
Yeah, I wanted it too.
All right. Let's wait for Norik to show up at the door, and then we'll have somebody open the door there. It's an unlocked wooden door that says stage door on it.
Where is it?
You see the
Down.
ping? There you are.
All right, who's going to open the door? It is unlocked.
Elena will.
Okay.
I'll go
So
behind Elena.
You open the door, and inside you see it's the front of the house. There's a stage there, a curtain. There's lots of people inside there, and it looks to be rehearsing. What you're seeing is there's all kinds of stagehands and actors bustling about around. You hear a director arguing with a playwright, and the stage manager looks on helplessly. On the stage, you see there's actors walking through their scenes, read their lines to a mostly empty theater. You can see there's a shadowy figure in the seats, sitting in the seats. The play is a play. I need all of you to roll a history check.
You say, what was it?
A history check.
History.
Roll me history. So Norik, Mort, HP, and Saniana. Mogbog hasn't rolled yet, but there he is. All of you recognize the play. It's called Saphira's Booty, and it's a romantic comedy about a blue-haired madam named Saphira who runs a thieves' guild out of a feast hall. When a charming sea captain arrives with a hold full of booty from a faraway land, Saphira decides to steal it. Xananess ensures when she falls in love with the first mate who is half her age. While the captain falls in love with her, on the side of the stage is a backdrop resembling the deck of a ship. The other side is decorated to look like a madam's parlor in a brothel, complete with a gaudy chandelier and fainting couch. The four of you recognize the actress. Her name is Westra Multimer, and she's the leading lady in and one of Waterdeep's greatest treasures. And she is up on stage there. And like I said, you see like one person sitting in the seats when you guys go ahead and enter the. You can enter the, if you want. There's lots of people walking around. As you enter, you can enter a little bit if you want. It doesn't matter.
Drew a line. I'm sorry. I swear I don't know how I'm doing that.
Okay, it doesn't matter. We got it taken care of. So with that, yeah. So as you enter, you see the man sitting in the seat. He doesn't look like Jalaster that you're looking for. However, the stage manager comes up to all of you and kind of makes your way, takes you up to the gentleman here sitting in the seat watching this rehearsal of the play. Of it. The area you're in, I'll give a quick description of what you guys are seeing. In this front of the house here is the auditorium. You see there's these luxurious, these kind of cushioned seats arranged in 7-tiered rows facing a 5-foot-high wooden stage. Each row has about 20 seats. Behind a raised red curtain are painted backdrops and stage props for the current production. So that's in the room, the area you're in. The auditorium part. This is Westera here, the lead, and she's very famous throughout Waterdeep. So the stagehand takes you up here to a couple rows back in the seats, and this gentleman is sitting here with doesn't look like your original contact. But when you come up close to him, roll me a insight check, somebody, or all of you can. We'll do it as a group insight. Everybody but Mort realizes through this disguise, this ruse, that this is Jarlaxle. And he's just in one of his disguises. And he looks to all of you, and he says, well, good mid-morning to you all. He's trying to do this fake voice and everything. What can I do for the 6 of you?
Mort's just gonna say, we're here to see that jar asshole guy. That's what we like to call him when he's not around.
Oh, yes, indeed, jar asshole. That's a good one. It was funny. Really, really funny. What do you need to see him for?
Mort's gonna sharply look at Norik.
I'm just gonna say hi, Jarasco. We're here to make our deal.
Oh, darn! You have discovered my disguise again. Wow, I can't pull anything over any of you, he says. So
It's the way you're sitting.
He falls out of his seat. Like he's just like, holy crap.
So, did you bring the stone? Did you find the stone and bring it, like our agreement? 10,000 dragons, correct?
I'm gonna pull it out and be like, I did.
I'm looking. I'm like, you need to change the way you position your posture. It's your posture. It's the same.
Oh, I've got to change my posture. That's impressive. So the stone, you hand it to him, the stone to him, and he just kind of looks over and he just flings it back to you. That was a fake, that stone.
I mean, like, what?
So look at the ruins. The ruins aren't even real or anything. Come on, guys. Who tricked you? My disguises can't trick you, but the stone can trick you?
I'm gonna look pissed,
Okay, so you...
I'm also gonna look
and
pissed.
I'm gonna be
Everybody,
like,
are you trying to
Blank page.
like?
I'm gonna tell him exactly how we got it and what we went through, and I'm be like, so now where the fuck do we look?
My friends, do not be discouraged. The wind is blowing in our direction. I have learned that Fenris Stormcastle was arrested by the City Watch for theft and taken to the courthouse in the Castle Ward to face the judgment of a magister. No doubt he hid the stone before his capture. You must speak to him right away. You'll need to devise some sort of ruse to get close to Fenris. I urge against violence, however, or you might find yourself locked up beside him. I think that is the best route that we have right now, correct?
It's the only route.
Absolutely. And remember, the deal still holds. If you bring me the stone, I'll give you the 10,000 dragons.
Mort's gonna lean into his ear, like whisper, "And that fancy eye patch."
Do you guys have any other questions for him, or do you have now another lead he's given you?
Oh,
I'm be like, why is this guy arrested?
He was caught for some thievery that he's been known for anyway, and so he's now to face judgment of a magistrate for his crimes. But
And he knows the location of this.
yeah, he's the one that actually took the stone. Remember, Fenris Stormcastle?
we searched his apartment, but yeah, we thought he was dead because it was like covered in blood.
Yeah, and you went and we talked in the alley, and then I sent you to the possible place, since you know the cellar complex, which was run by the Xanathar Guild, which is who we thought had taken him, right? And so that turned up nothing but a fake stone that I have tossed back to you. But this is a good lead. I know that he's been arrested. Word is that Fenris Stormcastle was arrested, and by the City Watch. He is sitting in the courthouse here in Waterdeep. Not super far from here, in fact, up north a little ways. But yes, he is there to waiting judgment. I would suggest that would be your best choice, is to speak with him right away. But be careful. Using any kind of violence there would get you arrested immediately and thrown next to him.
I'm gonna look right at Mogbog and be like, do you understand that?
Bug.
Sorry. I said yes, but I keep forgetting to unmute.
Any other questions for
Yes.
Jarlaxle
Yes.
or Jaraxle, according to Mort?
Yeah, Mort's got one. He's gonna ask him. He says, if when we do get to what's his name, Storm Castle, what could we say to get him to squeal that the stone's location? I doubt he's just gonna give it up willingly. Do you have any information?
I don't, but perhaps when you talk to him, he will tell you what he needs done or what money he wants. I have a sneaky suspicion, if it's Fenris, who I know Fenris, he'll be wanting to get out of jail.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
A jailbreak.
Or paying his fine.
Any other questions for Jalaxel?
Nope.
Nothing at all. Nobody wants to.
Nope.
I want to know how much he's gonna pay us for this fake stone, Glamore. I know he could do something with it.
Nothing. I'm not gonna. It's worthless to me. Why would I pay you for a fake stone?
All right, I'm gonna toss it over to Mort. Be like, Mort, there you go, bud.
He'll put it in the tavern. He'll put it in this thing. He's gonna ask. He wants to ask Jaraxel. He's almost like you can't tell if he's being serious. He's like, "May I ask you something? As a fellow eye patch wearer, do you have trouble dating? I think the whole missing eye thing really puts women off sometimes. Or men, if that's your thing.
Actually, I've had quite a bit of luck with the ladies. And
Wait.
the gentlemen's.
You told me you had a vow of celibacy.
He doesn't know that. He's just like trying to
They're actually quite attracted to me because they're curious about the patch. And so
Mort's not into like construct. Sorry, HP.
he's admired by the construct. She's a perfect being.
A perfect being.
She's a perfect being. Yeah.
He's gonna lift up his eye socket or his eye patch, and it's just like a empty socket. And he's just like, I think this kind of puts him off sometimes.
I don't know. And he lifts up his, and it's just the white. There's like,
that's
and everything. And
yeah,
closes it back down.
It's like that's so cool. He's like, at least I can hide gems in mine.
And he looks at you. He goes, Mort. Excuse me, Mort. What are you doing later this evening? And winks at you.
Oh my.
It's like, we gotta get out of here. Get that stone, guys. He like gets up. He's like straight. He's like straight to his leg, and like the monkey grabs the monkey by the head and like just drag. Come on, guys.
Are you guys leaving the theater? Then you have a lead. Are you guys leaving?
With swiftness, he's
Mort's taking off. He's getting out of there.
He almost bumps over the Waterdeep treasure lady, whatever her name is, the treasure water. He almost knocks her over.
She's like, whoa, and everybody's like, oh, get mad. Hey, you be careful there. Stage hands, and everybody's yelling at you as you did that. You know who this is? This is Worcester Martimure, the treasure of Waterdeep. They're screaming as you're leaving.
Just keep running, Mort. Just keep running.
He's running. He's out.
Yeah, as you're leaving the theater, these people are all screaming at you and everything. The rest of you leave too?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Quite little uneventful, but you got.
I don't know. I think it was eventful for Mort.
True, very true indeed. That's
broadening his horizons. Yeah.
So, your next step you know of now is the courthouse. That's where your next lead is to go find this Fenris Storm Castle, right? That's where Jalaxel said he would be. He's been arrested. Now you got to find a way there to speak with him, right?
Mort's gonna take like 10 like gold coins and try to like swallow them. It's like, if I have to get put in jail, these will come in handy later. Wait, is it jail or like prison? He's just at the courthouse?
It's at the courthouse, so it'd be
okay.
It would be jail. The prison's somewhere else.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought we were going to prison. Mort's getting ready. He was getting the gold in his stomach.
Start keister stashing.
Yep. Put something in his eye socket. He's ready to go.
Go ahead and get renown from Blackstaff.
Quite unhealthy from you.
You know what?
That's not healthy for you.
He's like, trust me, HP, when you're in there in prison and you're the smallest guy, it is healthy for you to have gold.
But in your stomach?
Oh, it comes out.
You never heard of a metal poisoning?
Oh, no, that wouldn't hurt me. I'm a doctor. Let's turn in that quest. Like, what's her face? Elena. Sorry, I keep calling you Olga. I'm sorry. Like Elena said, how far is the Blackstaff? The Mage Tower?
It's north of here. It'd take about a half hour, 45-minute carriage ride. It's near it's near the Lady of Dreaming statue, and it's by the Font of Knowledge and the Hall of Justice over there, near the market. If you're curious where that's at, that's I'll go ahead and ping it for you. This is Blackstaff right here. So that's about the location of it. If that's your guys' next destination, you want to go there first?
I think it's a good idea. Yeah, just to get it out of the way in case we forget.
Okay.
So you guys
It,
flag down another carriage and aboard it and begin your journey by carriage to Blackstaff Tower, which is located roughly in the Castle Ward area. And it takes about 45 minutes or so to arrive there with it. So we'll add some time here. We'll add a little bit of time that you talked with him. We'll add about 10 minutes, so we get about 55 minutes or so of time. So you arrived at Blackstaff Tower. We've talked about Blackstaff Tower multiple times. It's an onyx-colored building. It's actually made from onyx stone. The doors are onyx. There are a brass colored handles on the doors. People come in and out of that building quite a bit. There's a lot of bureaucrats and things like that come in and out of that building. There's a lot of wizards. This is part of where you pay this is where your guild you pay for monthly. You're part of the magistrates that way, and you enter the tower, greeted by the same receptionist that's been there. She looks you all up and down and says, yes, she's waiting for you up in her office. Now remember, she's also part of the school, right? She's the headmistress of the school that's there too. But she's obviously waiting for you there. And you go up the stairs to her office where she's in her office, actually kind of just walking around. As the six of you enter the office, she turns and looks, and she right away sees you, Saniana, and gives you a smile. And she goes, Saniana, my good friend, how are you?
All right, how are you?
Quite well indeed. The weather couldn't just get any worse, could it now?
I mean, it probably could.
I suppose you could, be a
What an answer.
little bit pessimistic as that you are. So Bashara, she turns to the rest of you and says, "Well, what information do you have for me now?"
The dragon is a goofy boy.
So you found information that it's goofy, like unintelligent. It's hard to believe that a young bronze dragon is unintelligent. What do you mean by goofy?
He just wants to play
Just
and
wants to
collect
play.
treasure.
So no harm done. Doesn't want to harm anybody. Is a very peaceful dragon. Is that what you're getting at?
Yes,
Yes.
Okay.
he wants
All he
to
wants
play in the water.
Yeah. All right. Excellent.
And just ask for treasure.
And ask for treasure. Typical dragon, though, right? With that, she says as she sits down at her desk, pulls out some parchments to begin writing, but then also opens the bottom of her drawer, pulls out another pouch for you, sets it by you there. She says, "That is from the Greyhounds themselves. A little bit of something extra. If you're up for it, I have another mission for you through the Greyhounds." And with that, everybody gets another point of renown.
So type down
4.
gray hands and put renown for them.
Yep, and it's total. So the renown is total. It isn't just separate for each faction. Your renown is your total renown within Waterdeep. So all of you should have 4 renown, I believe, right now.
Yes.
So it would have been 5, which is pretty damn good because the max is 10. But you lost 1 thanks to Mort.
And Morton is rootin' tootin' ways.
So she looks at all of you and Safar says, "Are you ready for another mission?"
Sure, why not?
So, a member of the Force Grey has been acting strangely of late. His name is Maloon War Dragon, and his happy-go-lucky demeanor has soured. He's been hanging around the yawning portal more than usual. Observe him for a 10-day, then report back to me. I'll go ahead and I'll put in chat for you guys real quick, so you guys can see this.
Another 10-day job.
Yep. And there you go.
Since Sprain will be gone next week, maybe HP can do that quest.
Alright, so there's your new mission from the Force Greys, the Greyhounds. The only other one that you have right now, I think, is finding this doppelganger, right? Who's the doppelganger quest, and then finding this guy who's recruiting Kingfus. So those are, and now this Greyhound quest. You've got to kind of watch somebody who's on a 10 day. Also, you have the courthouse to go to, which is in the same area that you're in now, is where the courthouse is at. It's near the Halls of Justice.
Knew it.
What do we want to do? Do we want to do the courthouse?
Where do you think they're keeping them?
Don't know. I'm assuming in the cell.
Thieves are kept where they can't run away.
Yeah, how do we get there?
Guys, sorry, I was having technical difficulties there.
So what do you guys want to do? You have a couple side quests to do, a couple faction quests, or go to the courthouse.
I mean, are we in a time limit with this courthouse?
He's probably going to be judged within the day or two. Judgment will pass down to him. So, depending if how severity of the crime is, he'll either be put to death or spend time in prison, off of the sort of near where you guys were in the harbor. There's a prison down there. So.
All right, so we should probably go to the courthouse then.
Yeah. Like Draxel, the guy said we could do a ruse to get in, but at the same time, I'm thinking we have like renown with all these factions. We may be able to just like ask and interrogate them, right?
Potentially.
I don't know. I'm
I
just
don't
trying to
see
think
why
of
not.
like just like question them.
What's your guys' decision? The courthouse? Heading there then? Or are you guys still trying to figure out a way to do this?
Well, what are we going to do? Just go to the courthouse and be like, hey, can we talk to your prisoner?
I don't know.
I mean, we could lie, say that we're his lawyer. Could do a bunch of different things.
What's a lawyer?
I'm saying, like, we say, like, your prisoner might have some information that Lord's Alliance needs. Can we talk to him?
All right, Mart, you take the lead here.
I don't know if that's... Mort lost everyone renown. No, he's not. What does everyone else think we should do?
I think we should...
like, what's a good ruse?
We should...
Can we...
we should go in,
Hold on. Let's go talk to our one friend of what's his name that we saved right in the beginning.
Rainier Never Ember.
Yeah, let's go talk to him. See if he can't get us in there.
It's an idea.
Yes.
Are you actually going to go to his place of residency? Are you going to try to go to Volo's residency? Or are you going to send a paper bird?
I'll send a paper bird and see if he'll meet us at the courthouse.
Okay.
And write urgent on the bird.
All right. You send off the paper bird. And you guys kind of waiting around for it.
We can head towards the courthouse while we're waiting, I guess.
Okay.
Just scope it out. We don't have to tell anyone while we're there.
Okay. All right, so you make your way down to the courthouse, which isn't too far away from where you're at. Now, you guys could actually just physically walk there if you'd like. And get your way to this courthouse there. It's a bustling area of town, very nice part of town. And, it looks like a typical courthouse, very, kind of very esteemed looking stone mason building. There are guards posted at the front entrance. You can see there are several guards at all the different entrances to the building. There looks to be kind of like from the side, from kind of what you're scoping out, you can see there's a staircase, a stone staircase that leads down to possibly a lower level of the building. Where it's at, but every one of the doorways are guarded. There are guards standing guard at each one of the doorways that you can see of the courthouse. Waiting back from the paper bird takes you all a total of about 20 minutes from walking and actually the paper bird getting back to you. And the paper bird just has it written back to you in one of Renard Neverember's servants have written you back, and unfortunately he's away on a trip and is not in Waterdeep presently at it, and it does terribly sorry, poorly master of the house, one of his head servants.
I mean, I have a last resort option.
Do you guys want to just go in and ask inside the courtroom or in the courthouse, or do you guys have another idea?
I have something that I think that is good only for a last resort.
You say you're gonna arrest Mort, Saniana? Is that what you said?
No, I said there's always honest Mort.
I thought that's what he said too. Let's have Mort arrested.
I mean, that's an option too.
Yeah, but when we lose renown for it,
any criminal action you guys are caught for will definitely result in loss of renown, jail time, lots of jail time, depending on the crime itself. Maybe even forfeiting the tavern. I mean, there could be so many different things, just depending on the severity of the crime, of course, with it.
Yeah, we ain't forfeiting that tavern.
Mort suggests he's like, we could throw the monkey in jail. You can arrest him. Say he's a vandal. He's vandalizing something.
Why don't we just? Is there anyone else that we know that would be able to get us access?
So you are part of numerous different factions. Remember, you're part of the Greyhounds. You're part of the Lord's Alliance. You're part of the Harpers.
Yeah, why don't we just go there and just show our badges? Be like, hey, listen, we just want to talk to them.
It works for me.
I might hang back just in case.
Talk to Mert. Or we could say we know Mert.
Yeah, let's go to the courthouse. I'm going to go up to anyone that looks official and
All
be like,
right, so
excuse
you
me.
guys enter the courthouse. Who does not enter the courthouse? Let's start with that.
I do not.
So, Elena
I don't
does
think
not.
it would be wise for me to go in.
I'll go in.
I'm gonna stay out.
Okay. But everybody else, everybody goes in, but I tell you, Elena and Mogbog,
Yeah.
correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so you enter the courthouse, and you see that there is like a clerk up at the desk right here, and there are multiple guards throughout the courthouse that you can see just in this room. Let me give you a description of the room as you entered this waiting room. Um, you see the two guards that stand outside these. There's a couple doors that they're standing outside of. There's a clerk that sits behind a desk. You see there's a bunch of uncomfortable wood benches line the walls. There's a copper plaque mounted above each bench, says in common, "Please have a seat. Someone will be with you shortly." You see there are two doors kind of right around the corner where you guys are standing on there, and they just have little plaques on them that says WC on each door.
Okay.
And people, you see, there's people walking around with parchments and things like that, walking back and forth to different rooms. That from behind the desk, you can see people moving back and forth, like from this area here, out of these two doors here where the guards are standing, and people are walking back and forth in there. They have noticed you, but nobody's made any gesture or anything towards you.
You said that there were doors labeled as WC.
Yeah, right here, right here, right here, and right here.
Does that stand for wash closet by any chance?
It certainly does.
Ah,
Certainly does.
Point to like Martin, like wink at him, tell him there's a wash closet over there.
Mort's just nodding like he understands. Like, oh,
All right, so you guys are in this waiting room there, and the clerk's at the desk scribbling away on some papers, some parchment, and the guards are kind of just eyeing you. Do you guys approach the desk, or do you guys have a seat like the signs say, the plaques say?
I'll have a seat.
Yeah, I guess so.
All of you go and sit down.
oh yeah, Mort's gonna sit down.
All right. So some time passes. Let's add about a half hour of you guys waiting. And the clerk from behind the desk finally comes up to all of you sitting down and basically asks you what your business is in the courthouse.
Nark's gonna hold out his Harper badge and be like, "I'm here to ask a few questions of one of the prisoners you currently have."
Looks at you and looks at the badge and is like, "Okay, who are you guys?"
I'm gonna tell him my name, Norik, and introduce the rest of the party. And say, we're in the middle of an investigation. We think this Phineas guy has some information that we require before he's tried and taken away.
And he looks at you and says, "Well, unfortunately, you must schedule a meeting with the Magister first, because visitors need to have her written permission in order to see Fenris Stormcastle, this Fenris Stormcastle you speak of. The meeting with the Magister can happen no sooner than high sun on the following day, but cannot But other than that, I cannot help you in any other form but to schedule a meeting with the Magister, and then the meeting would happen tomorrow at Heist.
Okay. Well, he's not being tried today, right?
No, he was brought in. He was brought in yesterday. I do not believe so. Would you
Uh,
like to schedule a meeting, or
yes, please.
so? If I was to schedule a meeting now, you wouldn't be able to get in until tomorrow at High Sun.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yep.
what are your names? And you tell him the names, and puts it down. He writes it down. He says, "Then come back tomorrow at High Sun, and you shall have a meeting with the Magister."
And who's the magister? What's the magister's name?
That is to be determined on the Magister themselves. You know, every day there's a different one. They have on days and off days. So I can't give you other than the fact that possibly it would be Hester Barch would be the Magistrate tomorrow you'll be meeting with. Her Majesty, his name is Hester Barch. I'll write it on a piece of paper and hand it to you. And so the clerk scribbles out the name for you of the magistrate that you'll possibly be meeting with tomorrow. Is there anything else I can do for you this afternoon? Oh, look at the time, not the afternoon, this mid-morning. Sorry.
I do believe that's it.
Okay, then. And then the clerk walks back to the desk and sits back down and starts writing some more things. The guards are still eyeing you as you guys stand up. Are you guys leaving, or are you going to use the bathroom? What are you guys doing?
Mort will use the bathroom. He will use the bathroom to see if there's anything interesting in there.
All right, so the bathroom are actually Mort. They're over here. The guards are like,
Oh, my
you
bad.
can't go over there. So anyway, so you open the doors to the bathroom, and they're actually pretty nice privies. You know, there's a toilet and a wash basin, and they're fairly nice looking. They're painted nicely. There's some frescoes on the wall and stuff like that, and so yeah, they're pretty nice bathrooms.
Okay. He'll stand in there for like a few seconds, make it look like he went, then he'll walk out. He just wanted to get a look, see if there's anything that could help.
Well, the only thing is the toilet is a big hole in the ground that just goes straight down.
Oh, it's like going to a sewer?
Exactly.
Can I tell? Oh, okay. An escape route. Yeah, he'll come out whistling, like stretching his arms. He'll kind of nod to everybody.
Do we need to do anything else in here, Nork?
I don't think so. All right. We can head out and do something else while we wait.
Capital idea.
As we walk out, I'm going to look at Mort and ask, what is it like to pass waste?
He's just like, oh, it's dreadful, HP. It's dreadful. Pray you never know such a vile sensation. He's gonna elaborately tell her like using his hands to make a diagram and then you feel pressure here. Just showing where it's going. It goes around the intestines. You can figure the rest out.
I always thought you'd pull out some detailed diagrams or draw some
Oh,
detailed diagrams
I was
for and
actually,
everything.
I was initially gonna have him do that, but I'm like, oh, he probably doesn't carry him on because
Well,
he's
it's
like,
all parts
yeah,
of the anatomy, right? Wouldn't she have all kinds
yeah.
of different anatomy drawings and stuff? I would think so.
He's got like a medical journal, so I
Right,
guess he.
right. So yeah. So there would be drawings, pretty detailed drawings for back then, right? You would have of that.
So you
This
say
is
it's
called
very unpleasant, is what you
yes,
called it?
yes. This is called constipation.
I heard water could fix that.
Like this affects your mood as well. How people are in a bad mood, odds are they're constipated. Mhm.
Yeah.
So when I run into people who are in bad moods, I should offer constipation relief?
Yes, yes, that's exactly what you should do. You're on your way to being a
Jesus
doctor.
Christ.
What?
God help us.
God, the questions sometimes that HP comes up with are crazy.
It's like sometimes people have too much food in their stomach, so it's good for them to swallow parasites so they can help eat the food. And then they'll just live in their stomach like little pets. Kind of like you have Boo living on your shoulder.
Well, Boo doesn't live inside me.
No, well, we could arrange that. You could follow up your stomach. Have a little Boo apartment. Would you like that, HP? A Boo apartment?
And I think it would be safer if he was outside my body.
All right, so you guys have established that you're going to return here. You've made an appointment to see the Magister tomorrow at High Sun. So it's about almost 10:30 in the morning. You're up in the Castle Ward area. What do you guys want to do at this point?
What's the other quest we got, you guys?
We got to go find, I can't remember his name. It's the Lord's Alliance quest. There's a guy that's was banished from Waterdeep, and he's returned illegally, and he's recruiting to Kinku.
We
The
have the
other one,
doppelgangers.
yeah, we got to go interview doppelgangers for Mert, and then the other one takes 10 days, so we couldn't do that.
Let's go find these doppels.
If we can.
All right, if that's the quest you'd like to do, how are you going to go about finding these doppelgangers? Is there something you know about the doppelgangers? Do you want to start asking around? Do you want to use some of your clout that you've established with 4 renown? That means maybe getting a hold of some of your faction leaders.
Yeah, why don't I'll spend some time writing out some letters to all the faction leaders asking for any information they would have on the doppelgangers.
Okay.
And then if that trickles in, we can go do something else while that information's coming.
Okay. Are you sending it to each one of the individuals from your faction? So you're sending one to Fedara, you're sending one to Mert, you're sending one to Jalister. Are those are the 3 that you want to send to? Okay. So you've sent off some paper birds to each one of those individuals with it. And with that, what are you guys doing at this point before you receive any word back yet?
I'm gonna ask Nort for a paper bird.
Yep, here you go.
Thank you. And I'm gonna write out a letter to Nim.
Okay.
Saying sorry I couldn't stay to chat when I came by earlier, but I will hold a promise to visit him often.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna send it out.
Nice. All right. So you
Hopefully he knows how to read.
All right. So within time, what are you guys doing? Just kind of hanging out, or are you going to head back to the tavern, or are you guys going to go back down to the dock ward?
I mean, I vote we go to the do the one the Lord's Alliance quest while we're waiting.
All right, so you guys are kind of waiting around for a carriage. The rain and wind has picked up. It's rather a cold, chilly wind, autumn wind blowing. The rain is again nonstop, heavy rain, thunder, every so often. One of your paper birds flies back to you right before you get into a carriage, and then your guys load up into a carriage and start heading down to the dock wards. The paper bird you unwrap is Mert from Mert. And the Harpers. And he said it's a good bet to start your search at the Yawning Portal.
Okay. That's in the direction we're going anyway.
You guys want to go to the Yawning Portal first, or do you want to head to the docks?
I thought we were heading
be
to
down
the
for
docks.
Whatever you guys want. Sorry, hold on.
So what's it going to be? You want a Yawning Portal, the docks?
I'm down for docks. Just throwing my opinion out there.
Me too.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so you start making your way to the docks in the carriage. And as the driver's driving, he says, "Have you read the latest Waterdeep Times?"
No, what's going on? I'm going to ask him what's going on.
Nothing's going on, apparently.
Apparently nothing, yeah.
Tell me, man!
So it sounds like the City Watch is actually doing their job. They are starting to really crack down on crime. They are beginning to round up all these guild members of the Xanthariums. And sounds like it's a good deal.
They're
I wonder if it's those two guys actually doing their job finally.
You guys finally arrive in the dock ward and unload from the carriage.
Cool.
So you're looking for someone by the name of Harku Swarnhold.
We're looking for Kinku, correct? He's recruiting Kinku.
Well, the person's name is Harko Swarnhold, is who you're looking for.
Okay. Mort's just going to kind of scan the area, looking around if there's
All right.
anything you think to do.
Roll me an investigation check.
Holy shit.
All right. With that, you're kind of talking to some people, and um, and people are giving you certain leads that you've talked to of where this person could be found, and that's you've kind of started heading in that area, but you guys spend about 8 hours of investigating this, and it kind of turns up nothing as much, but you feel like you're on the right track trying to find this person. And with that, we're going to end our session there for the week, and we will continue this next Monday. I believe Sabrina will not be with us next Monday, but that's okay. We'll just continue on from that.
Oh.
So, everybody have any questions, comments, concerns, or announcements before we end this session?
Nope.
None. Nope.
Mm.
All right, then. We'll see everybody next... we'll see my Spelljammer group session tomorrow.
I won't be on tomorrow.
Except for Sabrina won't be there. But the rest of you will
It
be.
sucks.
So we'll see you then. And then those of you who are not playing Spelljammer, we'll see you next Monday.
All right.
All right.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
There you go.